Welcome back, everyone. This is the Dev Plays Crucible of Avarice and Whitetails RPG. So, it has been a hot minute since we've last done this, and when I say that, I mean it's been 1 week. Last session, they fought Fergus, the necromancer, who decided to try and resurrect an old, ancient evil known as the first supervillain known as Lord. He failed in doing so, thanks to the team's efforts. However, they defeated him in a pocket dimension first, only to find out that he has the ability of cloning. When they finally did actually get to him in the underground layer inside of a mountain, they found the Crypt of Lord, and they defeated him, killing and destroying all of his 5 undead minions, and basically getting rid of the body of Lord and separating him throughout the physical matter of the stone, thanks to the intangibility abilities of Fletcher. Eventually, the party decided perhaps it's best that we move on to the Land of the Sunken Moon and begin talking and telling everyone about the fact that about the fact that Fergus is now in this situation that he is he's grasping at straws. The party now knows the level of strength that Fergus has, but they are not exactly fully aware as to what lengths he will go through. All they do know is that he still has 2 high priority targets of legendary caliber, known as the King of Superpowers, Galland, and also the Seraphim of Time. Last session we picked right up, we'll pick right up from last session, which is Anarche opens a pocket dimensional portal, taking them all the way to the Land of the Sunken Moon. Anarche, which particular location is the portal taking you?
I guess, what's the name? The dragon dude's place.
Seru's, sort of residence, Seru claim's residence.
Yeah,
okay,
the residence, yeah.
The residence. Yeah, fair enough. So you open the portal, everyone steps through, and you are taken to the outside of this sort of grand courtyard with multiple large big buildings and a couple of huge pagodas and stuff like that. A few people are sort of looking at you a little oddly, because right now it is actually middle of the night. Some people sort of looking at you. Some of them take out their weapons, as they have no idea who you are. Some of them actually begin readying themselves in case of a fight. Some are holding even torches to sort of see what's sort of going on in front of them. As this happens, one of them shouts over to you, "Who are you? State your business."
Yo. I'm Anarche. I came here to speak with, what's his name? Man, I'm bad with names today.
It's Redoran.
No, that's the Phoenix dude, isn't it?
Roll history.
I got a 10.
You remember that his name is Kozuki.
Oh, that's the one.
Next up.
That's fine, I didn't remember who they were anyway. I'm here to speak to Kozuki. I probably butchered that pronunciation.
You do realize it is the middle of the night, and you're asking to see our lord.
I can come back in the morning?
Perhaps it is best that you do.
Well, don't sound too aggressive, man. Jeez.
Damn, the partying must be over after we helped take down Yul Kiger.
Yeah, I guess so.
Beg your pardon?
You first.
Oh, no, I mean, I was basically going to say the same thing you probably were, which is, yeah, we were the foreigners who helped take down Yul Kiger's crew and that lot.
Not many people know outside of this land of this. Perhaps you should come with us at the very least. Come. Then usher you in. Pinky is just sort of like amazed to see this place. Just sort of like wide-eyed and everything. as you walk in, and the individual in front of you sort of like just says like "wait here" as he just continues walking through, opens like a screen door and closes behind him and continues. A few minutes go past. During this time, does anyone say anything to anyone?
It's good to be back in the land of the sunken moon.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty nice here.
I feel like
Yeah.
Felix is just pacing his breaths after the fucking threat Fergus gave.
I'm gonna say everyone
Yeah.
roll perception to see if anyone notices this. Everyone notices that you are, as you said, pacing your breaths. You look very obviously shooken and concerned and a little bit impatient.
Yeah.
Oh, Felix, are you alright?
I'll be fine.
Good. Just, you can tell us anything if anything's on your mind.
I think you know what's on my mind.
I guess I can assume.
You sure? You didn't sound very sure of that.
Well, I'm guessing probably something happened between him and Fergus after I took the body underground, but I wasn't there to hear it.
Yeah, speaking of which, what did happen? Because I noticed your power significantly dropped after a certain section of time.
My powers derive from my ability to stay calm. He threatened my family, which struck a nerve.
Oh. I'm guessing you lost your cool after that.
Correct.
I can understand that. Those that are close to me, I feel a great connection to, considering I've not got many people left.
You then eventually hear the screen door open up as you see Seryu wearing his armor but not his helmet, which is weird because that you were just told that he had been sleeping. He walks up to you and immediately walks like as if he's like a man on a man with a plan, directly looking at Anarche, beelining it for you, and he then immediately walks right up to you, staring at you into your very soul as he then goes, Anarche?
Hi. Sorry, this is the second time I've woken you up, isn't it?
Hush. You need not apologize for the fact that you are allies with us here. But you should not scare my men like that.
I'll appear outside your housing estate next time.
Or just teleport straight in here.
Wouldn't that scare them more?
Perhaps you're right. He then, seems to relax his demeanor. It's good to see you, friend, as he then, clasps your arm and just shakes it, sort of like a Spartan arm grab.
Well, it's good to see you too. Although, I can't say I come with the most exciting news.
Whatever it is, we shall talk about it over some tea. Come on, follow me.
Oh, tea!
As he's walking in through the palace, he says, I've noticed that you've lost a few and gained a few members of your party since we last spoke. What of the Haskonian girl and the Shungi member?
You just see Fletcher's face just droop. As a wave of depression just hits him.
Yeah, the husk is a bit of a, Rakia is a bit of a sore topic at the moment, you could say. And the Shungi member, I have absolutely no idea.
I heard of his exploits during the fight of Yolkaigas, demise. I heard that you and he both took him on, 1v1, once after the other. But it was him who finally slayed him.
Yep.
I
Typical.
look forward to hearing of your many other exploits. He then gets into the room and takes a seat. The table is already set up, and somebody is already pouring tea into cups. Take your seats.
We shall sit.
Woo!
So, you have a new couple of allies. This time, you seemingly have another, I'm assuming, superhuman or something. And then you also have another Huskonian.
My name is Pinky, actually.
Good. Odd name, but still, you are welcome here. My name is Kozuki Seryu. Nice to meet all of you. And it is good to see the rest of you. Now, what is it that you wish to speak to me about?
So, I guess I'll start. We've been having some issues with a deal maker that goes by the name of Fergus. Guess you could call him a necromancer, or, has the ability to bring people back from the dead. And although he himself is not much of a threat, we've kind of pushed him into a corner, and we're afraid he might try something drastic. So if you have any, graves of really strong warriors, I'd recommend making sure they're very guarded, because he might come after them and try and take their bodies.
What you're saying does concern me, but I do remember that you spoke to us about something similar. An individual of the pirate crew of Yol Kaigas, one of his demon generals, correct?
Rose.
Yes.
She was dealt with when we initially had our combat with him.
Very good. Either way, you still bring us troubling news nonetheless. You're telling me that he can take power from the dead by wielding their forms, their corpses. And you're saying that we need to be cautious of any of our strong dying within the last however many, days, weeks, months, years?
Well, as long as there's a body, theoretically it seems like he can bring it back. So, it doesn't really matter what the time is.
We have countless...
Judging on the state that Lord's corpse was, he was needing to bring flesh to it. So, those who are probably maybe in advanced rigor mortis or decay, he will need to take time to bring them back.
Still, though, we have many dead legendary warriors, spanning even before the great revealing.
Although, I think I wouldn't worry about it too much, because his abilities, unless he gives them seemingly free will, can't use willpower, because they're essentially puppets, so
a certain amount of their power would be cut.
yeah, so he's not the one reason why he hasn't brought Yokaiga back.
I see. Yokaiga was indeed a terrifying, destructive monster, but still nonetheless he was, in fact, a warrior of this place. He wielded our secrets and our techniques, but it was based on the strength of his own will, not just his powers. So that is the reason why he hasn't brought him back.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be too concerned, but he is seemingly desperate, so he might try and get wherever he can.
Okay.
Also, he has a multitude of abilities, one of them being cloning, so there's no necessary chance that if you kill him, it's the real one.
A tricksy one this is as well, I see.
He also has a weakened power, but nonetheless, telepathy. So he may try and root through secrets that you may be keeping in your mind.
Some of us are incredibly capable at being able to negate these effects. Not all. So it is incredible that you have brought this information to us. Nevertheless, why come here and tell us now?
Because we may have killed all his servants and made him pretty desperate, so he might try something out of the ordinary.
Right. So in other words, he might come here looking for trouble. Or worse, warriors that he can wield.
Yep, pretty much. And the more he could kill with those dead warriors, the more he could make, so...
I thank you for your information, and the fact that you came here as soon as you could. But now that you've informed us, what will you do?
Well, there's probably a couple of other people we need to inform, but I don't know. That can wait for a bit.
Is that wise?
I mean, probably not, but... I mean, unless anyone here is more pushing for the matter, I think I might just stay here for a bit. At least for the night.
I have only spoken with you a couple of times, but you, as he looks over at Felix, you seem very restless. Is this also what you want?
For a night, it should be fine. My family was put directly at threat by Fergus himself.
Then I understand indeed your impatience. My condolences for your current grievances that you have to deal with. My house is open to you. Considering we don't often get warriors who completely relinquish an entire island in my hold every day, you are more than welcome to stake down here for now. If you need to sleep, you may do so. If there is anything else that you need, you have only but to ask.
Thank you. It is greatly appreciated.
It is the least I can do. If that is the case, and there is nothing else left to do, we already have places that need filling. So you are more than welcome to rest your heads there for the night.
We'd be most grateful.
He looks over at Aldous. You have not spoken. I do not know you, but I'm assuming that if you are with these people, you must have some level of good within you. What is it that you feel?
Aldous has just been quietly drinking his tea and enjoying it. I could do with some rest. Perhaps I shall dream and find out whether he is.
So you are a telepath.
Oh no.
Nevertheless,
Goes back to drinking tea.
get some rest, all of you. I will speak with you in the morning, and we shall discuss your next plans. If you need anything, you may eat and drink all you wish in the morning. Now, go on.
Can I roll insight? Does he look like a guy who'd be interested in the history in Wonders of Anime?
Roll insight.
You know, I mean,
You
know, why not try?
And before Felix picks you up and carries you to bed.
Yeah!
just like look him over. Does it look like a guy who'd like to know and could be converted?
Even with your not so great roll. You can tell that this individual is a bit more of a serious man. He is relatively quite spiritual in the way that he talks, but he does not seem like as if he would care to hear about religion, especially at this time at night.
I mean, this is exactly the time of night when you should be talking religion, at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's true. It is
It
true,
is.
sadly.
Anyway, so you all head off.
I begin to speak. Felix grabs me immediately.
Would you like to hear the words of... I want to point out, Felix isn't even transformed and he can still pick you up.
Yeah, here's that strength check.
I mean, do you want me to roll counter to that? With
Don't
my
bother,
minus
you're
2?
not gonna...
Blueberries.
Two berries.
Actually, technically speaking, I'm still flying. I've still got all my bars up, so I'm still levitating
No.
like 2 feet off the ground.
No.
Nope.
Um,
All this go to bed.
Yeah.
everyone heads up.
I'm still
everyone,
grabbed.
everyone heads off. Everyone heads off to bed. Everyone basically gets some time to sleep. You're all sort of separated into different places, but most of you get to stay together. The only person, however, who is on their own is actually Felix. So Felix, you're on your own. Aldous and Fletcher, you're in a separate room together, and then Anarche and Pinky, you also get the same room. As everyone sort of like sleeping, or getting ready to go to sleep that night. The thoughts in your head of the previous last 24 hours sort of like go through your mind of Felix Felix having to deal with the situation of his family, you guys fighting Fergus, you guys finding out that killing Fergus didn't actually kill Fergus, even though that you have victory, it feels like there's still so much more for you to go. The tournament is still on. Everything that the Forge God had told you and had said, being in Matrata, even having that factor that like the item that you are going to be given to track Rakia could take even more time to build. Fletcher finally being revived after being dead for like a week or so. Everything that is going through your mind until eventually, you calm yourself enough to eventually fall asleep.
Can I do my roll for Dreams of Animite?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Can I roll nerve just to see how well Felix is getting to falling asleep?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I fail.
Oh,
What?
It's a 25.
Oh, damn.
What for Dreams of Animite?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Because it's essentially the DMs go this way. So it's a high ranking one.
Well, you fail and Felix succeeds. Everyone else, falls asleep. And I want to say this, Anarche, as you're falling asleep, I want you to roll me a nerve check.
Oh boy.
Okay. You feel like a strange sort of set of dreams enter your mind. Of great levels of power clashing, and your memories of fighting strong opponents over the last 2 to 3 weeks. But one specific thing that always keeps like pushing back in your mind is something that your eldest brother says to you, which is, "We will not leave this place until we at least know that you are coming back with us, or that you are truly attached to this world. Wanting to die is not an excuse that we are willing to accept." And then in the last sort of flashes of your dreams, the only other thing that comes to your mind is all of the killings of all of the undead that you guys achieved, and then finally sort of Fergus just like screaming that you can overhear him saying like, you know, this isn't over, and then finally having this moment where the last thing that you sort of hear as you sort of hear that is Pinky sort of waking you up as you're sort of like being shaken awake by Pinky. Anake!
Yeah.
You were having a bad dream.
Oh, yeah, as usual.
Well, it's just that I assumed it was a bad dream because you, well, your hair changed colours and you began to glow.
Kind of hard to sleep when the night light's right in your face.
Yeah.
You realise this is a bit of a weird one, but you also realise that this is actually the tamest dream you've had in a long time, because you've actually woken up and there are chunks missing out of whatever location that you've slept in. It's been a while since you've had a dream like this, but you've been able to keep your cool. But again, if like you get stuff like natural ones, you actually wake up screaming and areas start blowing up. So again, you just feel like this weird sort of like, thank God it was only I transformed.
Oh, well, sorry for the bright lights.
It's fine, but it is morning now.
Oh, thank goodness. I hate waking up at the night and then you have to go back to sleep, and it takes forever.
She sort of smiles, and sort of sits down just on her bedroll. Well, what are we going to do?
Well, I believe Fletcher said something about me wanting to train him in body. Oh. So, might do that today. And I was also thinking I haven't really explored this place as much as I've been here, so I might have a look around.
Well, I'll come with you nonetheless. It's interesting to see this place. Especially because, well, I couldn't help but look outside. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. The views are normally better when you can fly, though.
Wow, don't rub it in or anything.
I'll try not to.
Well, you also said that you wanted to train me as well, so I wouldn't mind seeing exactly what you can teach me.
Yeah, sure. You can give that a go. Alright, well, I'm hungry. I want food.
Felix, you wake up and it's almost like as if being asleep was the only time that you weren't worrying. Because as you wake up, worry hits you again.
Like just an uneasy stomach kind of feel.
Yeah, exactly. Felix, that is the best way of putting it. But even more so, you also notice that you also feel like this weird feeling in your form that you're gonna have to roll me a nerve check.
Okay. Soft 20.
Over the night, you don't know how it's happened, but you have entirely filled your stockpile.
Do I still have my last sleeping pill? Like, well, not my sleeping, my chill pill. Did I guzzle that?
Notice I asked you to roll me a nerve and not a willpower with disadvantage. That's all I'm going to say. You've still got your pill, don't worry.
Alright.
If you got
unease, I'm sure with the unease, Felix would be tempted.
You are indeed tempted, but at the same time, it's not as strong of a temptation as it normally is to take them, because at this point there's also that impatience of I need to go and see if everyone else is up. Fletcher and Aldous, you've woken up. Yeah, it's just another day. You're a little sad, Aldous, that you woke up without any dreams from Animite, but Fletcher, Shut up. Fletcher, you wake up and it is glorious to feel that sort of, that sudden feeling of tiredness when you first wake up and that stretching. And it's just all of these feelings returning to your body and you just think, oh God, is it great to feel alive.
Best sleep in, what, 2 weeks? Great to be alive.
It's great to need sleep and actually go to sleep and feel better because you slept.
Rather than just resting to bring back abilities.
Resting to empty, empty the hours. You eventually all head off to the mess hall to basically go and get some food and any kind of like things that you need for sustenance. You all eat, and whilst you are eating, you're sort of on a table on your own, watching everyone else sort of like doing the same, sort of eating and drinking, talking and stuff like that. Whilst this is happening, do any of you discuss anything?
Just see Fletcher with a slightly larger plate than looks like humanly possible. It's like, he must be really enjoying being alive again.
Can I attempt to level up one of my stones while also like asking, did I do something wrong? You see all this like looking at chunk of adamite, like looking like, did I do something wrong?
What stone? What stone are you trying to level up?
Spatial.
Oh, is it still not level 10 yet?
No.
Okay. Yeah, try.
Also, it means then I can theoretically make his meal even larger.
Just roll for it.
Hetzbeck, we all have our off days, kid.
Yeah. No, you level it up. You don't hear anything from Animite when you're doing this, and you're not entirely sure what this stone does yet. But all you know is that like it has reached its peak.
Does that? See, I don't think he knows if that makes it happy or not.
No, you don't. You have no idea.
He likes to think it does.
Yeah. Meanwhile, does Felix say anything to the rest of the party?
And okay, later I might ask to access your pocket dimension to gather my chemistry supplies. I need to restock on chill pills.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Also, Fletcher, if Anake is busy, I also have Path of the Body. If you need training from anyone else.
Well, whoever trains, I don't really mind. I just asked in our case, since he was probably the easiest to learn from.
Fair. Just letting you know I have it.
But if you're busy tonight, Narke, I don't mind.
No, that's fine.
Felix.
I'll teach you. I mean, I did teach Felix after all.
Besides, I think Anake would probably get a little depressed if he didn't actually get to do one of his to-do lists today.
Ooh. You got plans for today, Anarche?
Well, I'm gonna do a bit of training today. I was thinking of just hitting the city, seeing what's actually going on, because much as I've been here, I don't actually know most of the places here. Except that, like, one tavern I met you guys in, so...
If it is anyone that you need helping you with the locations, then I would probably be of help. You hear a voice from behind you.
Could it be?
Yeah, okay.
It's a mystery.
As you all turn to look at this individual, it is Novus Raito, the Emperor.
Oh, hey. How you doing?
It is good to see you, Anake, my honorary pupil and saviour of the South. If you need anything, I would be happy to escort any of you and your friends to any locations. Of course, if that serves you best.
You know what? I haven't seen your palace.
No, it's not much, really. But if you would like to have a look around it, then you're more than welcome. And immediately Pinky just jumps up and says, oh, okay, can we go? Just like immediately screaming, please, I've always wanted to see a royal palace or an imperial palace. Your Highness. And she like does this incredibly embarrassingly over the top bow that's also kind of a curtsy. You don't need the formalities, trust me. I am in a friend's home, not escorted by anyone. But look, raise your head. You're more than welcome to come with me. I actually came to see if everyone was alright, but also because it's not often that you get to see people who saved an entire island before, especially those who helped broker a peace, so I think it's more than fitting to call at least some of you friends.
That's fair enough. Although I did have two things to say to you. One, I managed to improve your shower of light ability you taught me.
Oh, really?
I managed to mix it with my aura sense so I could determine what targets it hits and who it doesn't, so it no longer has the issue of being non-biased.
Wait, you're telling me that you no longer have to worry about friendly fire?
Nope.
That is indeed
And
impressive.
And if I do want to make it friendly fire, thanks to my properties, my energy, I can use it to heal my allies instead. Although I haven't really done that one.
His eyes sort of like light up, not literally, but he just sort of like, you know, look at you with an incredible smile and go, I honestly didn't think that you would have been able to pull something off, but I also didn't think that it would be possible to do so. That is wonderful news.
The other thing was, you know, Yosen Jail Island?
Yes, the island that you staked claim after you defeated the jailers and after the Jotuns were taken away. Yes, why?
Yeah, I want to build some stuff on it.
You're more than welcome to. It is your property, after all.
Yeah, I just don't really know I don't really know any builders anymore, so I was kind of hoping...
Oh. Well, actually, I do know a few people. As a matter of fact, we do have a new company that just started out about a week ago. I could tell you of them and send them your way.
Yeah, that sounds good.
As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that it would be on the way if we were to do a tour of the city.
We then find out it's like Fergus and Co. building company.
Yeah.
Fergus becomes like a Team Rocket sort of.
It's just a guy in like you know, like a polo, you know, like he's got like the hazard gloves on, and he's just got like one of those like black like caps, and he just, you know, you don't see him from the don't see him from the front. Turns out just hammering something in, stops and goes, "Don't worry, guys." Turns around, it's Fergus. I know exactly how to fix you up.
Fergus just becomes like the episodic villain that appears through every episode.
He is as you said, he is the Team Rocket that just have terrible disguises, and most of, if not everyone, falls for it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, what would that be? Insight? Like,
I guess it would be insight. I guess
perception. I guess maybe.
Oh dear. Anyway, no. So. I wish I had thought of that.
Can I ask? Can I roll insight to see if he looks like a guy? Yeah, I think you know where I'm going with this, Joe.
Does he look like
you know a guy?
Does he look like he cares about the words of Animite?
Does it look like he'd like to learn about something greater than himself? No.
The Emperor.
You don't know, but this guy is an emperor, and either way, when you look at him, you go, this guy looks he is rather relaxed, but he also looks very regal. I should probably not bother him with the mentionings of Animite, because who knows what this country is like.
Who knows where they'd believe the truth?
I mean, this religion could be illegal here.
It's true.
I mean, they are quite backwards here.
You haven't really been able to make that discussion for yourself yet.
No, I mean, he doesn't think that. I think that.
Yes, we all know. We all know your prejudice. Yeah, we all know your prejudice, Sam.
I'm
Yeah.
staring worriedly at the golden button. It's gonna be a bit awkward if I activate it while we're here.
So, yes, any of you may come with me if you wish. If you wish to stay here or go to another location, you are more than welcome to do so. You are welcome, and of course, you no longer have to worry about going to annoying ways around getting into the south, as we have now begun our truce.
That's fantastic.
It's been going on for the last week, but the papers were signed around about the day that you all left.
Sorry we couldn't stay much longer.
No, it's fine. So, who is coming with me, and who is obviously staying here?
Well, I don't mind growing. I would find it greatly honorable to be shown around by the Emperor.
Very well. Nanake, I know that you have no other choice, because that you are a man with a plan.
Sure, yeah, let's go with that.
What of you, both of you? I'm not unsure of your name, but Mr. Fatigue. I only got to speak with you once. What about yourself?
It doesn't make too much sense to split up the group. I feel we might as well all go.
The more the merrier, to be honest. And I never caught your name, as he looks at Aldous.
All this is just putting back the stone into his pocket. I'm probably like chatted slightly with it while they were talking. Oh. Hello, I'm Aldous, child of Animite.
Interesting title. Nevertheless, are you coming with us as well?
Oh, sure.
As it is all agreed, you all head out, and he begins sort of showing you throughout this quite large but very obviously sort of like analog, I want to say, city. Not as I said, there is a little bit more technology than the south, but it's very like low tech comparative to the rest of the world. You continue going through the city into like some of the roads until eventually you like it opens up and you can see a large marketplace, all sorts of different stores and huge buildings, sort of like in the heart of it. Some people start noticing the Emperor, and that's when you notice two individuals, just both uniformed, jump in front of the Emperor and go, "Halt! The Emperor is currently having a leisurely stroll within the town. Please leave him be." Well, what is it that you would like to go see first?
Well, I mean, I have a few ideas, but anyone else have any ideas?
Well, being the Emperor, you must surely have places that you find quite agreeable to yourself. Where are your favorite spots in your fine country?
This entire city is a great place. I do much care for all of it. It is something that I do remiss about this job. I'm not able to see the south very often. But there are a few good places that I like to go and eat or drink at. Sadly, most of the time it is usually reserved for only when I am allowed to go, so I often drink alone. But often the Guardians are able to make it. But I have a feeling that a lot of you are probably a lot more interesting dinner company than what I'm usually left with.
Well, we do have a lot of stories to tell.
And I'm sure you do, and I would love to hear some of them. Now, about that contractor that I was talking to you about.
Yes.
I might be able to show you now. Follow me. as he takes you to sort of like a outside road that just leaves you slightly outside of the sort of like the grand sort of open square. You eventually get to this sort of yard where there's a lot of like people working on sort of all sorts of metal and woodworking projects. You get to it, and there's tons and tons of people there, like loads of these workers that are just like building and fixing stuff. Until eventually you notice a couple of them. You actually recognise a few of them. Specifically, only Anarche recognises a few of them. These are some of your prison buddies back on Newton Jail Island.
Yeah.
Nice.
These are the workers. About out of 60 or so of them, 40 of them decided to stay here and work. Eventually, they realised that they wanted to build a rebuilding company to help restructure things. The irony was not lost on me when you first came to me and asked me about finding, well, constructors. I think that there might be also hilarious irony for them as well.
Probably. As I make like a quick scan of their auras, is Blade here, or is he gone?
You do not sense Tony, no.
That makes sense. He did only have one leg. Alright, well, who has taken up the I guess the face of this company?
They often don't really have too many managers here. It's actually more of a group vote sort of thing. Mostly because that all of them were prisoners for a long time, none of them wanted to be controlled. But I'm sure if you speak to one of them, all of them will get together and discuss it. So...
They hired a new manager, actually. It's Fergus with a mustache.
You walk up to them, hey, friend, and then you just go, yeah, what's up, my my dude? Do I know you from somewhere? Don't worry about it. So... No. Basically,
he has clones.
Yeah.
to be a slight bit meta, it's more of an ensemble piece, so that therefore, it's just you go up to one of them, you speak to them, and then they basically, talk about it, grab some that vote to go in and stuff like that.
Alright. Well, I guess. Oh, also, if any of you guys have any ideas of what to, build on my island, throw it my way. But I have a couple of ideas. I guess I'll go speak to them now, unless any of you want to come along. Just a quick chat.
Pinky is like right up there with you.
Alright.
I might as well join.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go. There we go. Stand back.
What about Aldous?
He'll join. Why not? He can't think of anything. He doesn't really have much else to do right now.
Fair. You walk in, you just hear one of them go, hang on a sec, guys. Hang on a sec. Civilians on deck. Hang on. Look, sir, you can't just budge. Holy sugar plums! We're not allowed to swear on this deck because, too many people come around here. We've already had a couple of noise complaints. It's an okay! All of them just, stop what they're doing. Some people, just drop giant chunks of wood. He's returned. So, what can we do for the great liberator of Jotun Jail Island?
Build some stuff on Jotun Jail Island.
Build some stuff? Wait.
Yep.
Back there? On Jotun?
Yeah, it's my island now.
Oh. Well, I'm not gonna lie, some of us, we don't exactly like the idea of going back there. No offence to you, of course.
I mean, it was some of the worst parts of your life, so it is understandable.
That's an understatement. But, I mean, we'd have to ask, what do you want built on there?
Well, wouldn't be me if I didn't build a giant arena on there. I think the other thing I was going to build on there, because I'm probably not going to be there for much time, is I was thinking of building like some housing.
Some housing for who?
Yeah, you know, like for a small village worth of people. I mean, I'm not going to be there most of the time, so some people might as well live on there.
So you want it to have housing and an arena, like a fighting arena?
Yeah, you know, where people can spar or challenge each other. You know, have some good old times.
Well, does anyone want to actually go back to the old jail and do such a thing? Everyone sort of like just goes deadly quiet. Eventually, one guy, huge, sort of like dark-skinned, tanky, long-haired dude, just stands up. I would not mind relishing the challenge, actually. He then jumps down and like lands, sort of shaking the ground a bit. He walks up. My name is Boulder. Nice to meet you. We only saw each other for a short period of time, but I like the idea of a good old-fashioned arena. Besides, I think that place needs to be repurposed. So if you need anything, I am willing to help.
Sounds good. Well, nice to meet you, Boulder. Also, do you guys do demolition jobs?
Well, you're actually looking at some of the best people who do that. But yeah.
Cool. Because I want that entire prison just, like, removed. So...
You then hear popping out of the woodworks, you know what? I'd like to get rid of it myself. Yeah, you know what? I haven't really heard of a better plan since that. Breaking the old cells back down, using them for whatever. And about 10 people begin walking in, crowding around you and just saying, take me on, you know, we'll do it, you bet we're going to do it. And eventually it sort of begins to be this thing where a lot of people want to do it until this guy goes, hold up. This is going to cost a lot. How are you going to pay us?
I show them the points on my band. Can I pay with this?
How much is it, by the way?
Let me have a look. Because I think it's like 12... Not 12, it's not 12.
I mean, you're in the yellow.
Yeah. Where are my points? Is it 12,550,307?
So can you just paste the number in dice rolls just so I can have a look as well?
yeah, sure, yeah. Oh. There you go. I think I've done Omatho correctly.
Jeez, okay, so 12 million.
12 million, that's it, not 12,000.
Jeez,
If that's not enough,
yeah.
you can always ask your buddy Felix, or
Jeez, okay. So they look at it and just go, wait, that's an Avarice band. These can be transferred into any currency we want. Well, I mean, you know, this could take this could cost us probably, I don't know, 2 million maybe? 2.5, I think. 2.5 million, I think.
Why don't we just make it 3 while we're at it, you know?
What? All of them just all simultaneously say what together? You got yourself a deal, Anarchy. 11 of us are welcome aboard. We'll get that place looking tip-top shape. Any kind of drawings or any kind of things that you need, or just leave it as a surprise, we'll get it done for you.
You know, the surprise does sound very good. Although, I'm going to ask, as I turn to the other people with me, is there anything else you want built on my island? Anyone?
How about a fountain?
Sure, yeah, why not?
Just so that I know what that was. What was that? Did you say a fairground?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Keep
thought
the villagers happy.
I thought that's what you said. I couldn't quite tell.
And Aldous, I'm willing to make a deal here. I will have you a church built if you do not ever talk to me about your religion again.
Hmm.
Is this sounding like
He-
a
he-
persuasion roll?
When he's thinking about it, it's a tough decision because it means he'll never have to. It means he'll never get to talk to you, but he could talk about in your presence.
Yes.
That's
As long as
true.
you're not trying to convert me.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we need to do some rolls here.
Yeah.
Fletcher just nudges Aldous like, this is probably a golden opportunity.
I'd say Aldous. I'd say it would be a nerve check, unless if an RK you don't want to bother rolling.
I mean, you
It's
could tell
out.
that he's thinking about it,
You know what?
and he's
I'll roll.
leaning yes.
I'm gonna say only because that it's literally like a big thing. I'm gonna say this would probably have to be an advantage or a disadvantage situation. So Aldous, would you like to roll disadvantage or an RK allowed to roll advantage?
Let him roll advantage.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
So Aldous, you're rolling nerve, and RK, you're rolling persuasion.
16. Either way, he still beats me by 1.
Yeah.
This is
And
too
wait.
good of an option. This is too good of a thing to let pass.
Trust me, I know that. I was going to agree to it. I was just letting all this think about it for a second, let the tension rise, and then. Yes, that sounds good.
Oh, thank goodness. Alright, you need to build a church, guys.
Will do. Don't worry. Anything you need built, we'll get it built. And for you, young lady, who I'm assuming who is also accompanying these gentlemen, well, an arena does sound nice, but perhaps some kind of range? You know what? What about a really big house with, and she just starts listing off this insane list of things, and one of them has actually just got a notepad and is writing this down incredibly quickly. Well, okay. With that would...
Oh. If you want, I can also help. To make things bigger.
Trust me, we don't need any help. We've got the best darn people in this place. We used to be all sorts of demolitions and construction workers back when we were sick and tired of our old lives. Some of us lived here, some of us used to be criminals and pirates. We did all sorts of stuff. But now, we would prefer that we got on to doing the work ourselves. So don't worry about it. You guys all have whatever kind of fun or time that you need. As a matter of fact, we'll get on it now. Although we might need to get a couple of boats out to take us there.
Oh, I mean, I could just take you guys there if you want.
Well, if it's not too much trouble, boss man.
No, not at all.
Well, you heard them, lads. Get ready. As you open your large portal, they bring as much stuff as they can. You're like continuously holding it up open for them as they keep, like, some of them bring in like actual chunks of rock, as you notice that some of them are terrakinetics, some of them are like telekinetics, some of them are like super strength users, stuff like that. They're just bringing in more and more stuff through the portal until eventually the last guy goes, alright, I think that'll be enough to get us started. Come swing by whenever you need to, and we'll tell you how we're getting on.
Sounds good.
And he just jumps in behind with all of them as the portal closes.
Well, that's my first bit of business done today.
Well, that seemed to have gone quite smoothly.
I went to see it once it's all done.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. A fairground, a church, an arena, and a small village, and a big house. This is certainly going to be the interesting thing to see.
Well, now, let us show you around the rest of this place. As he continues to do so, he takes you to C, but not going anything yet. Sort of restaurants, shops, blacksmiths, different sort of different clothing brands that they have there. The port where people come in from other lands. They have sort of obviously like fighting arenas, dojos. They have like actual like places that would be kind of the equivalent of shopping malls. An entire massive marketplace where all sorts of things are being sort of sold and thrifted and stuff like that. He then says, now that he's shown you around, if there's anything that you'd like to go and do or buy, you can, or he can show you to the palace.
Felix will probably just restock on any stuff required to make the pills.
Fair enough.
So like baby powder.
Yeah, sure. So what are the ingredients? And then we'll say what bulk it will need to be.
Let me find chill pill recipe. Painkillers, powdered milk, and cough drops. So
painkillers, powdered milk, cough drops. Okay.
So, and I have enough sleeping pills.
They give you their equivalent of that. How much bulk do you want?
I'd say enough to make like 10 batches.
Okay. They give you quite a bit. It's obviously had to be put in an arcade's pocket dimension, but yeah, enough to make 10 separate batches. And what I mean by this is 10 separate rolls worth of batches. So it means that you'd roll and stuff like that. But yeah. You now have that. That takes about... I'd say that takes about 200... Probably not even that, actually. Yeah, it takes about 120 points off of your band.
Okay. So... That puts me... At the final 3 digits would be... 497. Right?
Yes.
So
Yeah. I guess it'd be, if it's 120 actually, it'd be 407.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Anyone else need to go anywhere or want to do anything before going to the palace? Buying anything?
Is there anything that Pinky wants to buy? Because technically she has no money, so I guess I'm the...
She says that she wants to get like official clothes from there, because then she has clothes from another land.
Alright, Hanake's walked into the trap. Yeah, he does it.
Yeah. She buys some stuff. I want to point out, after like an hour, because everything looks nice. Because again, she's only been to one country. All of this stuff is so new that she has no idea what she wants. She finds different shoes, she finds different hats, she finds different tops, bottoms, she finds different dresses, she finds different gowns, kimonos, all sorts of different things she wants, but she only wants to buy one thing. And the reasoning that she says behind this is because if she can't make up her mind, she'll want to buy everything, and that's not as commemorative as buying one thing per place. Eventually, she chooses something that she knows that she's not really going to be fighting in, or being out and about in, which is basically like she wants this kimono that she says that she's going to use for like either evening wear or something where she uses it when she's lounging around in a location where she's not actually out and about and fighting and being attacked. Eventually she gets this, she asks this of you, and it comes to around about 50 points.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
Aldous,
Who's working on the till, Fergus?
Yeah! Another Fergus clone.
Aldous, is there anything that you want? Fletcher? Or either of you two?
I don't have any money. I can't buy anything.
Same.
Alright, you two, what do you want? I'm building you a church, so you won't talk to me about religion, so I'm feeling friendly today.
Would it be possible for me to get another round?
To get what, sorry?
Another, and it indicates to his head, which I'm assuming he's put the cloak back over it,
Yes.
like this hoodie. Like another round.
Oh, Terrara. Yeah, sure, we can get you one.
Okay.
Some magical slippers to go with that. Some nice animite glass slippers.
Well, the Forge God said it, therefore it must be
I mean-
fact.
Yeah.
I mean, when you say that, actually, Animite, it just like, well, like, does Animite like slippers? How does it feel about slippers?
I mean, being pure slippers, it doesn't really matter how it feels, it's more about how you feel, because you would definitely be in a lot of pain.
That's crystal slippers. That does not sound
I
comfortable.
mean, they're like high heels. They're
I
like
stamped-
dress shoes.
I stamped a bit too hard, and I've now just taken 47 animite damage. Oh, also, I now need to multiply that.
I'm taking it down, and I'm not green, and I'm going bright pink because of irradiation.
But just imagine you're wearing animite high heels. You step on someone, it deals animite damage.
That would be,
I mean,
that
I
would
don't-
be boss.
I don't think all this was on his relationship to stamp on people with high heels.
Yeah, you know, if you won't do it, Felix will.
You know what? I'm fine with that, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
think he'll just take the crown. I don't think he thinks about it, but he doesn't know how Animite would feel like that. So he's assuming they weren't angry with the crown, so he'll take that.
roll me a investigation check, the two of you.
If I get this, do I realize does Animite actually like that?
We'll find out.
9. I have still no idea.
So, Anarcha, you don't necessarily find any particular a crown per se, but you do find a circlet. So, like, you know, an actual band that would go over a person's head, similar to a crown, but it's not necessarily a crown. It's more of a circlet.
Will this do?
So do quite nicely. I mean,
It has 3 separate
Cool.
gems in it. One is a sapphire, and the other 2 are amethysts. The metal
That's
seems
about-
to be made of silver.
yeah. Well, I can blood transfuse the hell out of this.
Yeah.
Alright, how much does it cost?
It costs 250.
Oh, that's actually really easy for me to edit. Nice. Alright, and Fletcher, do you want anything?
Well, for the time being, I don't have a band, so maybe I should get a phone.
Also, don't you need clothing?
The one thing you want. I mean, actually, yeah, that's a point. Your clothes are torn to tatters.
I mean, I'm in the robes, the
Oh,
armored
yeah.
robes that I
Yeah,
got.
you do have armored robes. I keep forgetting about that.
But more doesn't hurt.
And I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we were given clothes in Matrata.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about, though. The armored robes are the ones that he got from Matrata.
Can I blood transfuse this crown?
Yes, but not right now. Because you don't have any blood to transfuse.
I mean, I can't stab myself.
Yeah, maybe
Or,
a
you know,
back
prick.
pair of clothes.
Alright,
Prick my finger.
With what?
Yeah, I don't have.
You don't have-
you know
Any
what?
sharp
Borrow my sword. I want to see how this goes.
Borrow a sword that you
Okay.
probably have
This
no
one.
way of, like, lifting.
Yeah, I'm actually not giving you my sword. That was just a joke, by the way.
Oh, I think you're just gonna like point your sword at me. It's like, oh, thank you, prick.
Just hands him a stone
By the
dagger
way,
here.
that
That's
isn't-
not sharp enough.
By the way, that isn't stage directions. That's what Aldous calls an arcade.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, thank you,
no.
prick.
yeah.
Like, thanks for the church. Prick.
Just remember, I can break that church whenever I want.
All you need to do is
Right.
ask
But
Felix,
he would-
you can just
He would
punch
start
it
talking to you
down.
about anime.
I still own your church, by the way. It's my property. Just
it would just be hilarious if Anarche just one day just goes, fine, I'm going to go to your church and I'm going to sleep in it. What's the big deal about that? I ate a lot of cheese last night, so nightmares are guaranteed. And if I break it, it's no one's fault.
That's what I make. That's what I make sure to make it even bigger.
It's still crumble.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Great. It crumbles down to the ground.
It may be a religious building, but you still have to pay taxes.
yeah.
Wait,
Anarches,
depends on
don't
where-
talk to me, tax.
I just said I'd build a church. Didn't say I wouldn't tax you. You know.
I don't even have money.
Just a reminder, Anarche. What did you kill your best friend for again?
Because he tried to tax me.
Because he tried to conquer a world, was it, or something like that?
Look, taxing is not conquering. There's clearly a difference.
I don't know about that, but fair enough. Okay, yeah. So you get an extra set of clothes. The extra set of clothes basically comes to about like a 20. So 20 points worth, basically.
Okay.
Then comes the next part, which is pretty much like after you guys are pretty much done. The Emperor takes you back to his palace. It is very big, but unlike the Serio clan's sort of place of residence, it's just the palace. It's not a massive extra courtyard. It's not tons of extra buildings around it like a mini village. It's just the one big building. And it's in the dead center of the entire place. He sort of takes you around and he sort of like shows you inside. There are tons of different like chunks of like armor and weaponry and all sorts of things throughout like the main area. And there's even like a hall with all of the pictures of the previous emperors over the last 500 years. He eventually takes you through and he shows you like there's a personal hot bath sort of area and then sort of all sorts of different areas, like where his desk is and all sorts of stuff, like his bedroom. Eventually he comes to sort of like a dining area and he's just sort of like a lounge sort of esque dining area, and he sort of allows you to all come in and take a seat. So, what do you think?
It's pretty cozy. A lot of pictures, though.
Yes, it is tradition to remember both the great things and the terrible things that previous emperors did. It is tradition to remember tradition. But at the same time, I think it's quite good to remember that you will be known for the good things and the bad things just as equally, and that no one will forget who you were. Or at least that's the hope. Now, you have spent your time and your money here. What else is there left for you to do?
Training, I think.
Ah, yes. You are welcome to train in my own personal dojo if you would like. I wouldn't mind seeing how far that all of you have come since our last encounters.
I mean, sounds good to me.
So, the question really here is, who would like to train?
Fletcher immediately puts his hands up.
So, Anarche and Fletcher, I know that you sort of gonna teach skills and stuff. Any particular skills that you're thinking of teaching him, Anarche?
Well, you wish to learn body, I must teach you the basics, I guess.
I'm ready.
I assume your ultimate goal is to learn willpower armament, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Alright. I
think, but like while this is happening, Felix would have asked to get the chemistry stuff out so you can.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, you can do that. Okay. Well, it's the body, the muscle control, isn't it? That I have to teach him first.
I believe so. Yes.
Yes. All right. which definitely succeeds.
Okay, so this is a tricky one because this is one that you actually have to perform multiple times, but you'll get advantage to these considering an arcade got like above 20. So you'll need to roll willpower, and then you'll need to roll constitution. You need to get 10 with both, but you get advantage rolls. You must roll each 5 times each. So 5 lots of willpower, and then 5 lots of con.
Right. I will get con out of the way first. Or does it have to be willpower then con?
It doesn't matter, because technically if you fail them, you fail them. Like, both equally need each other as much as each other.
Alright, I will... I pray to the dice gods and I roll con.
Okay, so you got a 21, a natural 20, and then...
3 sevens.
3 sevens. So the natural 20 counts for 2. The 19 counts for 1. So you've got 3 successes.
And 3 fails.
But you'll need to now roll willpower 5 times to see if you get enough successes to match those to continue as 3 successes.
Well, I'm at least a little more confident in these.
Hey,
I mean,
okay.
yeah.
So again, the two first ones really good because that counts as 3. However, the second 19, the 13, and the 3 all get neutralized because you needed to succeed the other extra rolls. So you've got 3 successes in this technique, but you have not yet learnt it, which is muscle control. It shows that he is struggling with this particular ability. Oh, actually, hang on a second. I also forgot something. You get to roll advantage. So technically,
He does,
you get to roll it again, yeah. So you get to roll con again. So you get another 5 times. Whichever one have the highest ones, you get to choose those 2. So no.
That is amazing.
So no. And it doesn't. I have to be honest. It doesn't matter with the willpower ones because it doesn't matter if you get all of them natural 20s. You need to get the con rolls to succeed. Okay, yeah. So he struggles with it. But it seems as though some level of talent is there. It's just that like he's not used to wielding his own con. Because again, this dude usually relies on his powers.
Yeah, he's intangible. Yeah, so he doesn't have to worry about it most of the time.
Yeah. But there is potentially another technique that you might be able to teach him that might also be able to help him, which is armor.
Yes. Alright. You have the understanding of that one, which is a good start.
Yes.
Now I'll teach you the other part of the technique you want to learn.
Nice.
So yes.
You'll now need to roll advantage, so 2 lots of 5d20s with your willpower modifier.
Ooh,
And then the
one
next
natural
one.
one.
Perfect.
Woo!
Okay.
Awesome.
So, you learn the technique Willpower Armor, which now puts you to level 1 in Willpower Path of the Body.
Yes.
You'll have to read up what armor does.
Alright. I will do that after the session.
I could probably find it in mine and just send it to you.
That's fair.
That is also equally helpful.
Anything else that anyone else wants to practice? I know that Felix, you're going to roll for your chemistry.
Right, which is a plus 10, and I gotta get a 15.
Do you want to just roll 10d10s and see how each of them go?
Sure. I was wondering how many I could do within the time span that they're
I'm
doing this.
fine with you doing a massive batch over a span of a
Okay.
couple of hours.
So 10, d20 plus 10? Or do you want me to roll them individually?
It'd be 10d10, 10d20 plus 10, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so as long as they're 5 and above,
They'll be fine,
succeed. It's only one fails.
Only one fails, okay. So next I want you to roll me a 9d4s.
Imagine if I get 94. Okay, 20. So,
Okay, you make 20, is it chill pills that you were trying to make?
Yeah, chill pills. So I have 21 in total because I still have one left from the previous batch.
So you now have 21, you've used up all of your resources, and you've now made all of these chill pills.
Yeah.
Aldous, is there anything that you wanted to do?
Can I thingy my crown?
How?
Blood transfuse my crown?
How?
Gently prick my finger on a weapon of some sort.
Whose weapon of some sort? Nobody's giving you their weapons.
Well, I will inquire. Okay.
I just make him an NG dagger. He can hurt himself with that.
I mean, that would just cauterize the wound. That would just make it worse.
Yes, but it's
Ah,
funny.
damn, he caught on.
Yes,
I mean, if you
but it's
need,
funny.
Felix can punch you.
I think that's getting a bit hard.
We need him to
You're
bleed
not
a
there.
little. We don't need him to die.
I mean, I'm not powered up at the moment.
Still, my statement still stands.
Fletcher will just hand him a really rough and stone dagger. It's like, here, knock yourself out. Try and
You're
cut
not
yourself
there.
on that.
You'll do. I'll make a. Actually, can I ask if I were to prick myself in a spatial distortion, would I take spatial damage? Trying
Yes.
to cut myself.
Yes, but you could still cut yourself. Yes.
Just grow something.
I mean, we have silverware
Grow a
in the
stick
pocket.
and poke yourself with it.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, but I don't want to bloody the silverware.
That's fair.
In fact, this is the one thing I can't do.
We got
Make
paper
myself
plates
bleed.
in the
I want to
pocket
point
and
out.
then
I want to point out
paper
there is also something else that you're actually also missing, which is if it's your own DNA that you want. This is also something very simple because you don't need blood for blood transfusion as long as it's part of their DNA. So it can be fingernails, hair, it can be skin, it can be organs,
Blood?
bone, blood. Yeah, it can be anything. It's just called
Yeah.
blood. It's just called blood transfusion because
Oh,
that's
I thought like that was one of those like things that like it's like there's things in the blood that also have animite in it. I didn't know it was specifically the DNA.
It is, yeah.
that had all the
It's
animite
within,
in it.
yeah. As long as their body still has powers in it, it can be used. Once the body has lost powers, it doesn't matter what you use.
Oh, so
I
essentially I can
see.
just like rub my hand over it and the skin foggles that fall off.
I'd say I
The
wouldn't say
sweat
that.
and such.
I wouldn't say
You
that.
don't,
say-
you don't
I'd
need
say-
your front teeth, do you?
So stuff like
Cheers, I was just about to suggest that. Alright, Felix, knock his teeth out.
so. To put it this way, sweat, tears, spit, and excretions don't count, but blood, actual hair, and chunks of actual current living skin, not just dust skin, like like leftover stuff. So you could actually like take a lock of hair out or off, and then use that.
Yeah, I'll just grab one from the mustache.
I'm
Oh,
still convinced that all this has like a bald spot just in the middle of his.
Yeah,
I mean,
Crescent
technically
moon
he
bot
does
spot.
because it did explode. Remember?
yeah.
Crescent moon bot spot.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're blood transfusing the circlet.
Yep.
Just having it. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
So that is
And-
legendary blood transfuse as well.
Yes. Which is
That's
good.
That's with your powers now. That entire circlet.
And can I also attempt to train with my new space stone by making myself big and small? Because I'm curious about that.
I'm gonna say you won't know that you can do that straight away because it's not something that you know that you can do because you don't even know
Sorry.
what level 10 Power Stone does of spatial.
That's what I mean. Testing it out. I'm probably accidentally opening a Nake's gate.
I'm gonna say roll power knowledge, and then depending on what you get will depend on how this practice goes.
Okay, D20 plus 4. 17.
Okay. Roll me SP 5 times, so 5d10 plus 15.
Okay. Actually, this might turn out bad because I looked it up. It might turn to 17 meters.
Yeah, you should have done this outside, but you didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but can I say the first one's can we really small?
No.
Small and big.
No.
Small and big.
Since you don't know what this power is, I get to decide the things that happen. Okay.
Small and big.
Oh, I can't believe you're going to break the palace.
I thought I accidentally open a Nake's spatial dimension.
Okay, so what happens is, in the first time that you use this ability, I'm going to go from lowest to highest first. So on the first time that you use it, you sort of do this sort of usual thing of creating a spatial projectile that just fires out and hits and breaks through a wall. The next time that you try and use it, it creates a distortion, and funny enough, whilst this is happening, so you're making a weird distortion. You notice that you can put your hand right through it, and it looks as if there's a bend in the wall. But then when it returns, it's the wall pushes against your hand and pushes you back. So you start realizing, okay, I can bend space, I can do this. As you get later on, you start doing this thing where you do it and it actually creates an actual pocket dimension. It creates a portal to a pocket dimension that is just empty and dark and purple, similar to the inside of what Fergus's looked like. Afterwards, you sort of go, okay, that's interesting, close it, try something again. This time, when you do it, the things start to get a bit funky. Because then this time when you do it, you sort of bend space. And what is happening is, after a while, Anarche and Fletcher start sort of training and sort of doing fighting drills. Not necessarily actually hitting each other, but sort of almost fight choreography. And at one point, Fletcher gets knocked back a bit, jumps in front of you and gets hit by this effect, and he just suddenly grows up 3 sizes bigger than he normally is. And he just looks giant.
What the hell happened?
Wait, so does he actually touch me?
He doesn't touch you, he gets hit
it has to be touched.
He hits your hand that's holding the stone.
Okay.
So technically, yes,
Okay.
but you know what I mean. So he gets hit by you and then just gets bigger. And then afterwards, a couple of minutes later, he then shrinks back down to his original size. And then you
15
try...
minutes to be precise.
You then try... no, it doesn't last that long. It just tries...
Yes, it does.
No, in this particular case, it doesn't.
Okay.
It only lasts 2 minutes. And then when you try it again this time, you grab hold of one of your other pieces of animite and just try to see if you can make it bigger. And actually what happens is it disappears.
I mean, when you say disappears, does it just mean it's really, really small?
It just disappears. And you're
you say that,
wondering what in the hell is happening. And you sort of wave your arm over it and sort of undo, try and undo, and it then appears again. And it then becomes obvious that it shrinks to such a size that you cannot see it. Because it is a small stone. You couldn't hear it when it was shrunk. But then when it came back, its sound could be heard again.
Did it sound angry with me for doing that?
It does not make any different sounds.
Okay. Well, I'll still furiously apologize because I don't think it didn't look like it was happy with that.
You have.
You assume that.
You have 1 level in spatial stone proficiency.
Alright. Don't worry, I already knew that because I already had 3 in it.
Well, there you go. Anyway, that's
You have a 4th level.
that's that.
I mean, actually, speaking of, can I use my XP in it now?
Yes, but not right now.
Okay.
But as that's sort of like coming to an end, you're like sort of okay, sort of grasping and understanding how these sort of work. You then just sort of hear like someone frantically running through the palace as you just hear like someone go, "My lord, my lord, my lord!" You then just hear him burst in through the room, going, "Lord Horaito, something horrible is happening." What is the emergency? Come on, tell us now. What is it? The South. They have sent a great a summons. Someone needs to help them. What has happened? They said a giant tsunami just hit the lower areas, wiping out one of the villages and damaging a town. Many have lost their lives, but some are still surviving. But large quantities are currently flooded. Do we know what exactly it was that caused this? Pirates? No. It seems to be a giant beast, sir. Well,
It's like fun.
Let's go help them, then.
if you think
I'm not
that,
talking about
you're
it.
more than welcome to. I couldn't ask this of you, but since I know that you are all rather friendly with fighting monsters, I
I'm not talking
wouldn't...
about that. I'm talking about the people that are hurt by the tsunami.
You can do what you can to save the people, please. But make sure that the rest of the land is defended as well. For if this thing continues to cause this kind of havoc, who knows what will happen. Anarche, you can take them there, but I'm sure if you get there soon enough, you might be able to see what's going on.
Yeah, sure. Which village was this? I don't know if I've exactly been there.
It is the most southern region. I'm not entirely sure if you have been there yourself, because I'm not entirely sure where you've been. But it shouldn't be too far. I'm aware that some of you have the ability of flight. If this is correct, it shouldn't take you too long to get there.
Is the capital close? Their capital, I mean, the southern side.
Their capital, it should be... well, yes. Either way, if you get to the capital, it shouldn't take you too long to get there. I'm afraid I don't have anyone that actually has the ability of teleportation to that specific location either. So, you're probably our best bet.
Alright,
Well, no point sitting around.
I guess so.
We need to save them.
Yeah. I guess we'll do more training later. I'll open up a portal to the capital.
Okay. You all go through, and you sort of step out into the capital. Some people are sort of like talking frantically about this. It's like, you know, some of them saying like, oh, their family members were there. You know, their brother, their sister, mother, father. You know, all sorts of things. Oh, my aunt was there. But nobody really knows what's going on. Like, some say it's the Urakiri's revenge. Some say other things that are just not massively making sense to you guys. Eventually, you notice someone just run up to you and just sort of grab onto your shoulder, Anarche, and just go, You're back. Okay, good. Right. You're going to need to get to the southern region. A town by the name known as Norasas.
Right, I feel like I've heard that before, but I don't think I've been there, so how far away is it?
It's about 3-4 kilometers down. It's a dock town. It shouldn't be too far, but you must hurry.
Alright.
Can I ask you something, Joe?
What?
You know when you make like a portal through space and then you go through it?
Yes.
Can you make a portal immediately after that, 100 meters?
I'm confused by the
essentially when
question.
You know the way. Okay. All right.
I think I get what you mean. So,
Like essentially,
you make a link portal, you go through it, and then immediately going through that one, you'd close it, and then make another one. So you just keep going Similar to what we did in Bill's campaign in the war.
Yes,
where we
can.
Yeah.
So you move much faster than just kind of flying would be able to do.
Yeah.
So what you do is you make a portal next to you, make a portal 100 meters away, and then walk through it. And then when you do that, you then make a secondary portal, which replaces the original previous one. And then you just walk through the portal that's currently next to you, and then you're the 100 meters forward. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yes.
I just keep doing that.
You can absolutely do that. Yes.
Just make sure that doesn't take like 2 minutes to do, right? That is like a sec. That's like 2 seconds, right?
It definitely doesn't take that long, but it still requires a roll every single time that you do it.
Okay. Well, I mean, all you need to do is knock out a natural 1, I think, and it's grand.
I mean,
Yeah,
you need to do
15 plus
10 for a single kilometer, but yeah, that is something that you could do.
Okay. 10 d20. And just because I got plus 15 to this, so just need to knock out a 1, and I don't. So there, it's grand.
Okay. Yeah, so you can keep doing that. So what? Do you like as soon as he goes? You need to get there as soon as possible. Do you just like make a portal and then just like shoot a portal over 100 meters and go follow me or something?
Yeah, like let's go then. They need us, and like portal.
all right then.
Pulling your weight, Aldous. Like to see.
Okay, now I want to remind everyone that nobody is in their transformations and nobody is infused with any.
Wait, didn't I wake up in my form?
Except from you, yes, because you actually were awake. Yeah.
I mean, to be
do it
fair,
on the way.
I'm at full stockpile, and I can quick transform.
No, that's fine. I'm just letting everyone know because that like the only reason that Anarcha you would be in yours is by the way it's the basic one. It's not the willpower infused.
Yeah, I assumed. Yeah.
So, is that a suggestion to activate now before we step through the portal?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that before anyone like screams at me at the beginning of fight. Well, I had several different like times when I was in my path. No. You have been asleep.
Actually,
Before Fletcher walks into the portal, he activates his spirit warrior.
Don't know why
Is
you need to
this
do
okay?
that. Don't know why you need to do that, but you can attempt to do so. Okay.
That's 20.
So you go for about a kilometer. Basically another 10 lots. You need to do this about 3 to 4 times. So another 10 d20s, Sam.
actually, my distance is 110, so it'd be 19.
11.
I mean, you still need to do it 3 or 4 times anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I would say 120. Actually, 10 d20. So I just need to not get 1. There we go.
And again,
Oh, no 2 berries.
And D20.
be thankful for no 2 berries.
Two berries.
Two
berries.
one.
I mean,
That's the
2 berries
second
is still
berry.
fine.
That's the
2 berries is
second
still
2 berries
fine,
we've got in this session.
So that would get you to, if that's 3 lots, that's
Can't more than that.
that's 3
30
kilometers.
kilometers?
That's 3 kilometers and 300 meters. So that's fine. So as you keep going, like you keep portaling. Basically, you're only doing like 33 steps, and you end up basically moving 3 kilometers in the span of like about like a minute or 2 at best. And after you've like gotten to this point, you then start hearing an incredibly loud noise. You're in the middle of some trees at the moment, and you start seeing water damage everywhere within this sort of like area of the woods, and you can hear this massive roaring noise, this weird thing that just hits, and it's just really loud, but it still sounds some distance away.
How high is the water at this point?
In where you currently are, it looks like again, it's basically the ground is wet and muddy, but it looks like as if it's like almost like become a beach. A couple 100 meters ahead of you, like the ground, like about 10-20 meters ahead of you, it begins to get wetter and wetter until eventually you can't even see the floor because it's just water.
Can I attempt to do something?
It depends on what you're attempting to do.
Can I make a link space portal to my pocket dimension, which doesn't really have anything in it, to put the water into it?
Only issue is that this is a large area. And your pocket dimensions are finite. They are not infinite space.
How big is my pocket dimension?
It is, in the terms of it, it should have a diameter equal to your entire range, so 120 meters in all directions.
120 meters squared?
Yeah, 120 meters squared.
I mean that's a fair bit.
It is a lot, but it's not a lot to drain all of the water, because again, this looks like a beach in the middle of a forest. And you haven't even gotten to a town to the towns yet. So it's up to you if you want to do that now. You can, but I'm just letting you know. I'm just painting the picture.
At least lower it a bit.
At the moment it will lower it, but not to an effective amount.
It doesn't count as an object, does it? Water.
It's water.
What do you mean?
For quantum manipulation. It doesn't count as an object or creature.
Why are you asking?
Oh, so you can shrink the water.
Oh, and you don't have to worry about a time limit. Is that what you're asking?
Essentially, yes, but it doesn't count as an object, does it?
It doesn't count as an object. No, it counts as a substance. So not an object or a creature. It counts as a substance.
So if someone is drinking a lot of water, does that count as substance abuse?
Yes.
Technically, yes.
As long as drinking a lot of water. Do I?
Also, I mean, you might as well save this until we actually get to the village, because that's when the people are actually going to be there. And actually,
isn't that where the whole water is?
No. As I said, you've just gotten to the bit where the water starts at the edge of the woods that you're at.
No.
You can't.
I assumed like 100 meters ahead.
No,
is where the village was.
No, you can't see the village yet, but you start seeing some of the water destruction already here, and it's in the middle of a forest.
Do I sense anything within 100 meters?
You currently don't. No.
Okay.
Other than obviously your teammates.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good to know. Well, I'm gonna activate flight, and then I guess we head forwards to the village.
Roll for it.
Yes.
Yep.
Can I activate flight?
Aren't you always flying?
No,
because I don't think I actually, am I still amalgamated? Because I don't de-amalgamate.
No.
Okay.
You can if you want to try, start amalgamating now, because again, like at this point, makes sense, because otherwise if you use flight, you can't use your spatial stone.
Yeah, I will amalgamate, and I will...
Do we still have that glider?
You do, but it's in Anarcho's pocket dimension at the moment.
Okay. Do you want it?
Glider.
Yeah. Hey, you want to fly again, Felix?
Sure, why not?
Alright.
Can you get the glider for us?
I'll give them the glider.
This is for flight. I don't fly.
You don't.
So,
I mean, here, maybe it's Felix's turn to use the glider.
So you don't.
Moon glider.
So you don't. So you don't amalgamate. Is what?
No, I do amalgamate. I just can't fly.
So you're amalgamating to your two stones then. Your multi-stone and your spatial stone. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone else wants me to touch them.
No,
well, Anarcho's flown away already.
He's the one useful person, so he just take it steamed.
Okay, so so you're not currently flying at the moment. Fletcher, use your ability, I guess, to help fly with Felix. Damn, you with the natural 20s again. Nice. Yeah, you hold onto the glider and both you begin to fly as Felix. You sort of like lift up with him, as you don't feel the breeze of the air upon your face. Pinky on the other hand, Pinky on the other hand is just sort of sat there, just stood there, just like, oh, okay.
What? Can I ask what can you do?
Not that.
I mean, he does. I mean, he take a step back because he has no idea what the hell she means by that. It doesn't sound. I mean, it makes it sound like he's like some kind of predator when he asks that. So he's going like, no, I meant more like powers wise.
No, I meant literally not that. I can't fly.
Oh. Okay.
You know, maybe some of us should have sat in the pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go to my pocket dimension full of water? No. No, I will. No, I will spatial. I will like spatial stone us closer to it again.
Oh, well,
I'll just keep like help.
If you keep doing this, I want to point out you can only go about 50 meters before you literally can't see any mud and it's just pure water that you see.
They don't have much for this. I mean, I'll try to flag in.
Don't forget Pinky.
And I'll like.
I'm surprised Inake didn't take Pinky with them.
We all are.
Yeah, sure.
At the moment.
Yeah.
No, I don't really want to. There's not much I can do, really.
No, you can't. You can't physically lift her because your strength.
No,
is
I'm too weak.
awful.
Too weak. Yeah,
She
my
goes,
strength is +1.
She just goes, you know what? I think I'm just gonna, wait over here. Besides, I don't know what that noise is, but it's probably best that I don't get too close to it.
Don't worry, we'll make sure everything's okay.
As we continue on, Anarke, you get over the tree line and you see it. It is in the distance. It's about 500 to 800 meters away, but that is unmistakably a giant turtle. And when I mean giant, I mean this thing is the size of a massive pyramid. It is humongous. It has trees seemingly stuck to the back of its shell, and its head is about the size of the entire miniature sort of like area that had all of the Serio clan's like building work in it. It is huge. Its eyeball is bigger than a car.
Whoa! Isn't that cool, Pinky? Pinky? Oh, did I forget? Do I go fight it now or go back? Willpower roll.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say disadvantage willpower roll as well because this is like your whole thing of impatience. I wants to fight it.
Like the second time, all just realizes if only he made that power stone of Anake, he could have given someone flight.
I know, right? Sucks to not be a phoenix, am I right?
Yeah. So 19. So you
I gotta have someone watch me beat this thing up.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have to see, like, you know, Pinky's gotta see you do that. You gotta look strong. By this point that you begin sort of like, I guess, flying further down so that you can go and find Pinky again. You pass Fletcher and Felix as they are flying up.
Hi guys.
And that's
wave, but I'm holding on.
That's when you both see it. I would like both of you to roll me a nerve.
Okay.
Can I roll excitement?
Felix is not having a good time with his nerve rolls at recent.
No, not at all. You know what? Fergus really messed him up.
Yeah, Felix is not excited for this turtle.
If anything, Fletcher, I don't know about excited, but you're definitely not fearful of it. But all I will say is, you're weirded out by this. You're like, whoa, I didn't even know they made creatures that big.
Oh, this feels like a monster out of a movie or something. You ever watch that movie, Felix?
Which one?
Giant Attack on Small City?
There's like hundreds of movies that involve plot lines. You're gonna have to be more specific.
Well, there was one about a turtle.
Maybe.
Meanwhile,
fair enough.
Aldous, you begin sort of flying up. And again, you pass Anake. As Anake, you get lower down to see Pinky.
Hey.
Finally remembered me, huh?
Yeah. So giant turtle?
Wait, a giant what?
Yeah, let me show you. I just grab her and fly up.
Wait. Ah.
No, I do not remember a movie about giant turtle.
As you two are arguing about giant turtle movies, Aldous, you also see it. Roll me a nerve.
Actually, I was going to ask him as well. Considering my 2 sensory powers, do I sense any alive people in danger? 18. Actually, technically that's 19. I should say that's
you keep your cool, but again, it is strange to have seen creatures like this. You've been to Mjanalinia before, and you've been to a couple of other places where they have gigantic monster creatures. Nothing this big. But again,
is anyone yelling? Is anyone yelling to? Oh my God, Gojira!
No.
Gojira!
What I will say is because again, this thing is almost a kilometer away from you guys. By the way, it's just so big that it's impossible not to see it. But the thing is when you get up there, the only thing that you can sense that is in danger is, ironically enough, all of you guys.
So there's. Okay.
Does the turtle look like it's actively malicious?
It seems to be screaming, which seems to be ruffling a lot of trees up all the way up to your sort of areas. But also, more specifically, its feet are stamping in great deals of water. You can see from here that there are off in the distance, there are buildings that have just been pushed over, some of them half sunken into the water. You see some people. As I said, it's about 100 meters it's a category 100 creature. So in other words, it is 3 times bigger than a blue whale. Technically 4 times.
Okay, I have a plan. Plan of attack.
As everyone gets up to each other, you say this, I'm assuming.
I have a plan, it's called punching it.
Yeah, same.
Agree.
I have a slightly other plan.
By the way, I want to point out, Pinky is just she is not terrified by this thing. Whoa!
Anake, can I inquire about something?
What?
How big is your pocket dimension?
Bit of a
Which
personal
one?
question. Sorry.
I mean,
I have 2 rooms. Which one do you mean?
The room that doesn't have anything in it.
Oh, 50 by 50.
That should work. It's 100 meters. And if we simply shrink it and put it in there, it'll go down to 10 meters. And then we can bring it back to wherever it came from. It doesn't seem to be wanting to do this.
what? Can you speak monster?
Can I?
I don't know. I don't think you can. Unless if you
mean,
have a specific quirk. Unless...
Actually, nature. Is it a? What is it? Is it a creature?
It is a creature, but it's not. It
Non-animal?
would need abomination caller for this one.
Damn it! The one I didn't get
It's
because I
not
didn't think abomination.
it's not a normally natural creature, and even if it is a natural creature, it is beyond the size of any normal nominal creatures. It is abnormal.
Well, if that doesn't work, we have the universal language of our fists.
Yeah.
It then
And my staff.
It then you sort of then see it in the distance as it lifts up its it lifts up one of its
Part-time stop.
it lifts up one of its arms and it sort of lifts it up as its feet. Sorry, as you see just water shrink down beneath it, and it pushes its arm back, pushes its leg back just to go forward a bit more. It creates a massive tidal wave and it just starts washing over more trees.
Again, full part-time stuff.
Again,
It's a kilometer away.
It's a kilometer
I just
away,
realised.
but But
Yeah, we're getting close
also, like, just to throw this out there, even if you stop time now, I've already said this, and you haven't said and also rolled for it, so no. But you can
said. I said before he said.
no.
So-
It still doesn't. I mean, yeah, you can. Okay, all right. Roll for full power time stop, Sam. I'm locking you into this
full power
decision
time
now. Okay, full power time
Thanks,
stop. The
Yeah.
wave is now stopped.
Okay. No, I will. You know I mean, I've got 12 actions, I think.
You have 12 actions. Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'll
800
use
meters
10 of-
away.
800.
Yep, you're 800 meters
Wait,
away.
I will use 8 of them using the spatial stone to get me there.
Okay. Oh, okay. Clever.
I'd say so. I need to just not get a 1, which happens.
Okay.
I'm there.
You've used 8 actions out of 12. So you now have 4 left.
Let's say.
That's actually really cool. I just.
You seem to forget. I have all the powers.
No, Sam. I never forget. I just forget
Ah.
that you remember that you have them.
Okay, actually, that's another thing I can do. I just remembered I've got spatial. I can make a barrier out of space.
Okay.
Can I attempt to erect a spatial barrier in front of the tidal wave, like? Because I think I can make it. I can make it 90 meters. I
don't think you can make a spatial barrier 90 meters, can you?
The grid sorting can bend up to 10 meters. That does increase with thingy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it increases with every buff. So how many buffs does it
Yeah,
have?
so 70 then. 70.
Okay, 70. Okay.
70 meter. I mean, that's high. That's a high barrier.
Okay.
Surely. That's high enough to stop the tidal wave, or at least stop most of it.
I'm not going to tell you whether or not you're right or wrong until time resumes.
Well, bam. Natural 20.
Well, bam, you definitely make it. I'm not telling you whether or not you have or haven't done it yet. Because again, time is stopped. You don't know what's physically going to happen.
And then I'm going to use a practice for this.
Okay.
Against the creature to attempt to make it small.
Okay.
And this one, as soon as it gets, will last for
2 natural
15
ones.
minutes. 15 minutes. Okay, so come on, baby. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay, well, either way, even though, okay.
I want to point out,
we'll roll
remember,
again.
I get to roll against it as well.
Okay, so 28.
Okay.
Okay. 25.
30.
Oh, I have advantage against me. It's time stopped.
It gets advantage due to its massive size.
So?
You are a tiny creature touching this thing. You can definitely do it. It's just that it is also allowed to roll against you, as just with any ailment or any other injury or ailment. This is considered an ailment. It's allowed to roll against you.
Is this creature quadrupedal or bipedal?
That kind of an attack.
Quadrupedal.
Okay, I can see an image in my head now.
Does that count as an attack or not?
No. Making it smaller doesn't count as an attack now. So you've now got 2 actions left.
I will try it again. I mean, I could. No, I won't use mine. I won't use my natural 20 for the day.
Okay.
29. Come on. Work with me, baby. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yep.
That baby is shrunk.
No. It doesn't seem to do
anything. It will
anything.
shrink down.
Yeah, exactly. It
It
doesn't
will
seem to
shrink
do
down.
anything, but it seems to have locked in on something.
Okay. And then I will do my last action to do that portal into my pocket dimension.
Okay.
Because that might at least help a little bit.
Where are you putting the pocket dimension? Because again, you're like in front of this thing. You've just touched it. I'm assuming on one of its legs or on its head.
Oh no! I'm doing the water linked portal into my pocket dimension. Because that one's for Anake's pocket dimension. We're going to put the turtle into. Because thing is though, it can grow in my pocket dimension because time doesn't stop. I don't think.
Oh, that is insanely clever. Well done. Okay, so time resumes. Okay, so time.
Wait, should I roll it? Should I roll for the thing first so the water goes into my?
Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Okay.
It
So
does.
where is it linking to? Is it linking just directly into your pocket dimension?
Oh yeah, like pretty much. We're in the center of the village. There's going to be just a pocket dimension portal linking into my
That's-
pocket dimension.
What's your flight height?
My flight height is. Give me a second. Advanced flight has 70 meters. Wait.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's
No,
fine. That's all good.
220 meters.
Oh, 220.
Wait, what?
Wait. Oh, let's just leave it. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So time resumes, and I want to point out again, everyone just sees Aldous disappear, and then suddenly you see this big tidal wave just gets suddenly blocked and bounces off. However, it still does hit from the sides and sort of spill over a bit. The damage seems to have been stopped by some invisible force. Turtle is seemingly gone as it's sort of like displaced in the water, and the water begins to lower and suddenly flow backwards from the villages. As it does so, this thing shrinks down in front of you. It's now 10 meters. It's still bigger than you, but it is a tenth of its original size. This thing, basically, the size of a building that used to be the size of a massive like pyramid, even a small mountain, is now like falling towards the water. However, meanwhile, the water just gets pulled in to the center of what seems to be like a little hole that is just like soaking up all of the water that is currently flooding. It seems to be the flooding seems to be going away very quickly. Meanwhile, this turtle is beginning to fall towards the water. As this happens, that is the end of your turn, and it's now everyone else. So Fletcher, Felix, and Arke, the three of you are sort of flying there. Obviously, you're holding Pinky and Arke. You just see like all of this shit just suddenly randomly happen. Like it just done. Huh? The hell?
Fletcher takes out his eye, rubs it against his shirt, and puts it back in. Okay, I'm not seeing things. That actually happened, right?
Yeah, I assume he stopped time.
Okay.
Oh, you're saying Aldous did that?
I mean, he's done it before.
Yeah, have you guys
yeah.
not noticed it?
Like 3 times, in fact, and one of them ended with him slamming his head into a bar.
Oh yeah, oh, fuck, that was a good one.
That was good times.
Despite that,
my dude.
it seems to be helping with the village, and the people are seemingly a lot less in danger. Although, the creature now has shrunk considerably.
Wait, they'll need places to live, right?
All this is now slightly waving.
She then looks up at you, because again, I'm assuming that you're holding her under her arms, and she goes,
Yeah.
I don't like where you're going with this.
It's not anything.
So what
See
do,
where you getting at?
what do the three of you guys do?
Well, we have to get there first.
Okay. I guess...
Forward!
what's both of your move speeds whilst you're flying?
Well, mine is 32.
It doesn't. My move speed doesn't change when I fly, does it? It's not my range.
Oh, no. It doesn't, no.
Then 25.
25, okay. Half both of your range, so your 25, that would be 12.5, and then half of your move speed, what was it again, Fletcher?
Well, half of 32 would be 16.
Oh, yeah, 16. So, both of you roll me move speed.
Okay.
Okay. So it takes you about like 3, maybe 5 minutes to get up to Aldous. Aldous, during this time, the turtle has just fallen and splashed into the water, making a huge sort of like boom into the water. I want to point out that the tidal wave that it creates from it falling into the water is, although it is large, is considerably smaller than its own foot when it was back at its original size. Your friends eventually get to you.
I mean, I wanted to fight it as normal size, but you seem to have a plan, all this, so what are we doing next?
Aldous?
Aldous.
Dun,
Sorry
dun,
about
dun,
that. I
dun, dun.
forgot I muted
Dun,
myself.
dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah!
He looks to Anaki and points down. We've only got 10 minutes at most. Quick, put it in the portal.
You know it's not going to go willingly, right?
Yes, but it's a better plan than trying to attack it and allow it to do more damage.
Well, okay. Oh yeah, Joe. While I'm here now, what do I sense?
Well, you definitely sense the turtle coming back to the surface of the water. You sense quite a few people from the village who their life forces are varying in levels. Some of them are badly injured, some of them are fatally wounded, some of them are okay but still very stressed out. Some of them, are doing okayish but still slightly scraped up. That's roughly what you notice at the moment, because you're about 90 meters off the ground.
Well, I'd probably, yeah. If I'm unable to get closer to the floor, then yeah, probably.
Fair enough. Technically, I guess you'd be 70 meters, considering you'd all be roughly the same height as, Aldous.
Yeah. So, well, okay. Felix, I'll probably need your help to hold it down.
Fair enough.
Wait, so does that mean we're going to have to swap? Because I don't really want to be juggled.
I can put you down first, or we can juggle. So it's up to you.
Please put me down.
Have it your way. All right. I'll put Pinky down. I guess that's my first thing.
Okay, so you begin sort of floating down. You sort of get about 50 meters, and you're sort of it's like, I really appreciate that you're doing this. I know that you wanted to try and, well, do something really cool looking that would actually probably endanger both of our lives.
Both?
Well, Felix as well.
Oh, he'd be fine.
Well, nevertheless, I appreciate that you didn't throw me around like a salad.
Well, I'm not going to do it if you're not going to enjoy it.
I'm going to ask you to roll me something, and okay, I'm going to ask you to roll me SP, because this will be based on your energy sense.
Okie dokie. I don't know how that would work, but...
Your entire blood goes cold as you feel an insanely powerful and relatively somewhat familiar presence rushing towards you. This has some level of lethal intent. As it's basically darting towards you from a distance, and you have the utmost want to either block whatever this attack is going to be, or dodge out of the way. But either way, you know that this is going to be a difficult thing to do.
Oh, for fuck's sake! That's
because if you dodge, you'll probably hit Pinky.
Yeah. Fuck. All right.
And before it's Felix falling on top.
I guess I'm more.
To be fair, the best way for you to block would probably be with one of your swords, because I know that you've got swords still on you.
Yeah. They do repair themselves. All right. I'll have to block with the sword, I guess.
Just open a portal behind you.
Since you saw this coming, I will allow you to roll a blocking with advantage.
Oh, okay. Natural 20.
Dang.
Nice.
Nice.
I won't bother rolling. So as this thing happens, I want to point out you sort of you let go of her in one hand and then grab her by the back of her shirt, just so that you can then grab your sword and pull it out just enough to block with whatever's going on as you're still flying. The three of you guys see this. You suddenly hear this weird this sonic boom as something is hurtling towards Anarche at insane speeds and immediately slams into him and creates this incredible pulse that actually blows apart some of the trees beneath them as just someone with some kind of like strange-looking katana attacks an Arche. As it's like pressed against his blade, you then just hear. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Can you not do that when I'm holding someone, please? Also, I kind of, Can I just land first?
But what would be the fun in that? Besides, I know that you were never going to let it go. Anyway.
Oh, so you want to fight me with a handicap? I see how it is. No, feel free to go ahead.
Now, I see that you've kept your cocky attitude, little brother. Now, I think I'll let you put it down. I just thought I'd say hi. He then backs off, but still keeps hold of the blade and then allows you to land.
Oh, jeez Louise.
So that was your friends over there who dealt with the whole giant turtle thing, huh?
Well, it's not dealt with yet, but yes.
So, what do you need help with?
Well, nothing. I just need to put it in my pocket dimension.
Very well. I'll stay out of your way for now.
Alright. Guess I go over to the turtle.
The turtle is sort of surfacing, and it's sort of looking around frantically, sort of paddling a bit for some reason.
I imagine Felix has been sent over there with them.
Yes, yeah. Fletcher and Felix, you're sort of like gliding down, so that you can help.
As we land, as soon as we land, Felix will quick transform.
Okay, fair enough. You bulk up.
Yep.
So it's in
Get him!
It's in the water. It's about 10, 20 meters offshore, so you're going to have to be swimming or flying with this one.
I guess I'll carry you over the water, I guess.
Whatever works.
You grab hold of Felix, and you begin flying over there.
Yeah.
You get to around about just over its head. You've now got about 5 minutes left.
Alright. If you can just grab this thing real quick.
Yep. That would be.
I think we're not in a combat round, are we?
Technically,
really.
technically, a little bit of yes, a little bit of no.
Yeah.
It'd be grapple would be the
grapple.
Okay.
Yeah.
20 plus 16. 29.
So you sort of go down to land on this thing, and you're just sort of grappling it. It seems to just be struggling, even though that it is still many times bigger than you. It tries to bash at you, and you grab its arm, its flippers, and you sort of hold it, as it then just sort of does this thing where you're trying to hold its flippers from back so that you're sort of riding on the top of it, and it then just sort of does this thing where it then goes it starts spinning. So you keep going underwater, surfacing, going underwater, surfacing. Your grapple is working. It can't seem to move around, but its back legs are sort of making it rotate in place.
Okay.
So, Anarche, what do you want to do?
Sorry, that last bit cut out for me, the spinning part. What exactly is it?
So basically, he's tried to grab its flippers, and he's grabbed one. He's basically gotten onto the back of its shell and grabbed one of its flippers, and he's holding onto it. But now it's sort of flapping around. He's now spinning around. So he's now in the water, out of the water, in the water, out of the water, as it keeps rotating basically like a lamb on a sheesh.
Okay, well, if it's going in and out of the water, what I'll try and do is I'll try and open my pocket dimension as it's either bouncing up or coming down, so it just goes in.
Okay, how large can your dimensional gate be?
10 meters.
Tight squeeze.
Tight squeeze. With the tight squeeze, roll me SP.
Okay.
Throw it in lengthwise.
I guess. Could I?
mean, yeah, it can be whatever
later
shape.
To push it in.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to you, I'm already rolling disadvantage anyway.
Okay.
19. So yeah, both of you just go in. You just fall in as the pocket dimension just closes up.
Bam! Like real heroes.
I'll have to get him out. Alright, I fly back
Well, at
And
least
then-
we didn't have to hurt the turtle.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to fight it though. And then I'll open up a pocket dimension that is only big enough for Felix to get out of.
You see the rift open up for you.
Okay, I will exit, assuming the turtle is not keeping me there.
It's not keeping you there, but it does get annoyed. And again, this thing is bigger than you, and it starts sort of crawling towards you whilst you're running running away into the rift.
If it goes for an attack, could I do a counter attack?
Oh.
Don't hurt the turtle.
Like-
You're endangered.
It tries
Flick
to
it.
it does try to snap at you if you'd like to roll for that, I guess.
And Albus is fine in here in theory because it just goes back to the state it previously was when it ended. So.
Just for the fun of it, could I do acceptance?
Yes. So it
Yeah.
bites you. It doesn't deal any damage due to your insane resistance. As it bites you, roll damage.
Yeah, let me go to. I'm in the wrong. Where is RDMs? There you are. Should have realized you were higher up, considering we had the morning message. Okay, and this is without the plus 25. Oh, that is, why did it not copy? Okay, give me a sec. It's being funky. Okay, 79.
Okay, so you backhand this thing. Budge. It sort of gets knocked off of you, and you sort of jump through the portal, and it closes up behind you.
Yeah.
Well, that's one turtle dealt with.
You're telling me there's more?
What?
There's one turtle devil.
Well, I mean, oh well, yeah. I guess that's bad phrase of wording, isn't it? I wish there was more. But
Can I attempt to begin helping people?
How so?
How much water is there?
Most of it has now been drained. It's just everything is now water damaged and waterlogged rather than everything being drowning and flooded. It's now just everything's now waterlogged.
Well, I will move myself into a the center of where I sense most people are either dead or dying,
Okay.
and then I will use my latest skill, which I asked you about before the game started.
Oh, right, yeah.
Cutting it
So,
close.
yeah.
I also say Felix will de-transform since we're no longer. Also, my stockpile stays at 45.
Yes, 45, yeah.
So, within 60 meters. Give me a second. It is 60 meters, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming...
I mean, I'm going to make sure to use my stone when I use the power rather than using it from my amalgamated state. Because 40 meters, slightly less good.
Well, to be fair,
Actually,
if you really want the honest fact, you can't use that ability without using catalyzing it, because it's a Power Stone proficiency, not an SPMA.
that's what I mean. Well, I'm going to catalyze it, so it'll be 60 meters then. Within an area of 60 meters of me, they will be healed.
Yeah, fair enough.
They'll be healed and brought back to life.
You do sense that some of them who are getting affected by this are getting more affected than others due to levels of injury and ailment. Some get repaired to the point of which that they are brought back from either the brink of death or basically revived. However, some stay dead.
Well, if it does help, they also remove 2 ailments as well.
Ah, okay.
They're prettier bodies.
So a little bit more definitely stay dead then, yes.
Why?
Because some of them have injuries that are more than 2 injuries worth of stuff that have killed them. Such as being impaled on a large chunk of broken wood, or basically being drowned to death and still sort of having the water in their body. So they sort of revive for a second and then immediately drown to death again.
So that's
that's
the
horrible.
popping up thing.
So a lot of them do get revived, but still a chunk of them still either stay dead or aren't able to be healed enough to be fully revived.
Oh. Well, I tried.
Should we
I'll
start
go
doing
around.
CPR?
Well, I shall go around and then probably just continue to try and help them out with that. Then.
Whilst you're doing this, Fletcher, you got on the beach. Felix and Arke, you sort of there, still on the beach now, along with Pinky, and this strange individual who has not introduced himself yet.
Another one of your brothers in RK?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too. My name is Imalawe.
I am Fletcher.
You're the phaser who is undead, right? Ikaje say that he beat your ass pretty bad.
Yeah, but the dead part's no longer true.
Yeah, he's alive now.
I can definitely tell that, don't worry. You, on the other hand, I don't remember anyone saying about a giant beefcake with that kind of level of strength. And you are interesting. I've never seen one of you before. I'm a Haskonian. Interesting. We don't have Haskonians where we come from. We've seen many different types of mutants, but fascinating. Anyway, well done with defeating the giant tortoise or turtle. I think you know why I'm here.
I can assume.
Well, imagine my surprise when I saw a giant turtle attacking this place, and then you, slap bang in the middle of it. I had to come and see for myself if your skills had been, whether your skills had sharpened or dulled over the time that we were looking for you.
Fair enough, I guess. I mean, you could have been a bit more careful, but I can't exactly say I'm one for that, so...
Well, where do you think you get it from? So, looks like celebrations all around, hey? I mean, I wouldn't mind a good drink and tales of your battles.
Oh, well, good thing I know an emperor who can probably pay for all of that.
You always
Probably.
did know how to keep the strangest company.
Well, I'm kind of curious. I mean, yes, yeah, I do. I don't know why, but I seem to be capable of that. I'm kind of curious, though, why this turtle attacked this place.
Well, there's only one real way to figure that out. I mean, if you were to take a guess, what would you say?
Well, I don't know. I doubt that thing would have been washed up. I doubt there'd be many currents that could do that, so it probably came here by choice. And I don't know if it's a turtle. The turtles like beaches. I don't know.
Could
But I don't know.
be a territorial thing.
Were
Maybe.
there any
Or-
particular individuals or creatures that were originally rather territorial about this place that have recently been killed? I mean, the ecosystem could have been altered recently due to that.
I mean, there was the old Kyger.
The
But he
most
was.
territorial animal out there.
Yeah, I mean, he was a pirate and technically a giant, so.
I mean,
He was also the world's strongest creature. So that
Yeah.
might be something to do with it.
that
But
could
he was
be
human.
could be a reason, I guess.
But, I mean, even then, it still seems odd. You know what, give me a second. And Joe, I'm going to try and expand my, my sense range.
Okay.
Could I also roll world knowledge? Maybe maybe I've heard something about a giant turtle?
Yeah, roll world knowledge.
Looks at that previous history roll I did for fun, but had a 2.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
had two berries.
I think that. I forget if that's 300 or 200.
I think that's two
it-
times. I think that's two
Yeah.
times. Yeah, you sort of like sensing stuff around about 200. You start noticing something very interesting, like just on the edge of like your 200 meters range. It is below the water. You sense life essence. Not quite sure what it is, but you sense life essence.
$10 on it having children.
Yep. I must watch.
Yeah, fruit
No.
bat.
I'll go and have a look.
Anarche, when you sort of like notice something, your brother then just says, "You've already sensed it, haven't you?"
Yeah.
Yes. I shall accompany you. The two of you sort of fly off and then just get over to the sort of area where it's sort of beneath. It's now beneath you about 80 meters. You can sense about 5 or 6 life forms that are about the sizes of humans. But they are definitely not human life.
Oh. Do you reckon these are its?
Yes, I do.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Oh. Hurt them on my island.
So
Hell yeah.
So this thing was trying to lay its eggs, and it just so happened to be on an island. Things started irritating it, and it was just trying to back out. But of course, a thing that size started creating tsunamis. That would explain it. And
Yes.
you just took it away from its location. Well, if it works like turtles from our land, they usually just leave them and beach them, but I've never heard of turtles beaching them, but underwater.
Yeah, that is odd. Well, I don't know what would be best. Move them or just leave them here? I mean, if we leave them here and they try and build another village, that seems like that is just an immediate cause for violence.
There are a few things that we could do, but I doubt that we could do anything that would help them without potentially either damaging the eggs or causing great harm to the rest of this. Besides, if each one of these can get up to the size of that one, who knows how you would even stop it?
By beating it up, of course. I mean,
Well,
how
yes,
else
yes, obviously you beat up one, but imagine if there were 6. They've all been born at the same rough time. That means that in about, 10, 20, 30, maybe over 100 years later, these things would be the size of an entire continent together. Well, not a continent, but a small island. Well, actually not a... You know what? These things are huge, okay? And they could cause damage, but... I don't know.
Well, I could put them in my pocket dimension until we decide. That way they're not going to die, but they're not exactly going to be born either, so...
Okay, fine, I'll give you a hand. He then, what he does is he rubs his hands together and immediately begins waving his hands. As what seems to happen is this huge sort of, tornado begins opening up the water until it eventually creates, a perfectly circular wind current that moves and pushes all of the water out of the way so that you can then go to this egg cluster. These eggs are about the size of beach balls, large inflatable beach balls.
Yeah. I'll put my hand on the floor and I'll open a portal beneath them, and I'll put them in the same one with their mother.
Okay. Yeah, that happens. You sort of just open the portal, they'll just fall in.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll figure out what to do with those later.
Eventually, after you get out of the, the spherical tunnel of water, he just stops moving his hands, and then immediately it just closes up and just pushes a load of water all over the place. It seems as though you've at least become somewhat attached to this place.
To a degree, I guess you could say.
Oh, come on. You really going to pretend that wasn't because that you actually somewhat care about this island?
I can pretend a little.
Either way, it's not exactly easy for us to not understand it.
There are many universes out there that we have all come to like, but most of us usually push it away. But Akaje said something to me that really troubled me. Are you really still wanting to die?
I don't even really know the answer to that question myself at the moment.
Well, either way, it seems as though this place does need you. I mean, fair enough, the sorcerer was able to do all this, but you still had a plot to play in it.
Yeah, well, that's because no one has a better pocket dimension than me, which, you know.
Okay, use your cockiness all you want, but you and I both know that you're growing some attachments to this place.
Yep. Well, I would have probably moved on if I hadn't at this point.
Well, you pretty much know the gist already. Now that we've met, I don't think that it's something as easy for us to get over as us just walking away from this. This fight is going to happen at some point.
We at least have food first.
What, so you can run away?
Well, no. I mean, that would be pretty pointless as well. You can track me anyway, can't you?
So, you already figured out what Akaje gave you then?
Well, yeah.
Very well. I'll believe that you'll come to that agreement soon enough.
Well, I have an arena built, so we can fight there.
Okay. Eventually, the two of you sort of float back over to the beach, where you are now within earshot of the others.
So yeah, that's why you can tell the difference. Felix, turtles themselves have flippers, and tortoises have feet. But you probably already knew that. So it's definitely a turtle.
I see. Good to know.
Oh, hey, they're back.
I wasn't aware of that. Oh.
Hi. So, it had children.
I'm assuming you dealt with that?
Well, yeah, they're in my pocket dimension.
Ah, very good, very good.
So, we can kind of decide what to do with the eggs. They all seem to be fertile, so...
Huh. That poses a different question.
Yes. But we should probably explain to the, important people that the situation has been dealt with.
Should we tell the Empress about the problem being sorted?
It is technically her side of the land, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Alright.
What are we doing about
I'll
Aldous? Are we going to get him, or...?
I'll go grab him before we leave.
Good call.
After some stuff and some things have been said, I'm pretty much after you've all had time to speak and get some stuff ready. I'm assuming Nanaki, you open up a phase gate to get to
outside her palace.
Okay. You obviously you get there, you inform them what's happened, what's going on. You're let to speak to the Empress. She again basically thanks you, and pretty much says that she has no idea really what she can do to give any of you people, for the fact that she cannot express how thankful she is, to the point of which that she says that if ever you need a favor, know that the Imperial Crown is ready to give out said favor. However, the favor will be for the party, not for one for each and every individual.
Yeah.
After which, do you head back to the north, or do you stay in the south?
Well, we should probably also tell the other side that it's dealt with, right?
Yeah.
Alright, back to the other palace.
Heading off back to the north, eventually speaking to Novus Raito about the situation, Novus actually explains that it turns out that there are many different types of crazy creatures throughout the waters of this place, but actually it does make sense, because Yolkaiger was actually continuously having his ships go in and around all sorts of locations within these seas. It would have probably disturbed a lot of placements of certain fish based on where they would take fish from, what things that they would do, and potentially the fact that Yolkaiger would actually go on hunting trips just to beat up giant creatures such as these sea creatures and stuff like that. So it kind of makes sense that after he's been gone for about 2 weeks, this turtle was able to swim on to this land, plant its eggs, and then hoping to leave. However, obviously getting a large amount of excitement, suddenly became very territorial. Then sort of again pretty much says that if it weren't for the fact that you guys were there, it would probably have taken some of their people way too long to get there and stop them. So again, thanks is given out. And yet again, you've all shown to the people the use of powers, and hopefully that maybe they can overlook some of the issues and the differences that they have with those with the affected and those that are not.
Small steps. Small steps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Alright, well, I guess, guys, is there anything else you want to do? Or is that all?
Should we get back to training?
I don't suppose. Could we go somewhere so I can remove this water from my facial dimension? In case I forget.
We could go to my island, see how things are going, then you can just dump it in the ocean there.
Well, that will create just another tidal wave world.
Well, not if you dump it in the other direction.
You do know how to angle it, right?
In the defense of Aldous, there's not an exact science to this.
And also in the defense, it is thousands of liters.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Considering that a single cubic meter of water is 1,000 liters.
Do we tell how many liters it is?
Since isn't your pocket dimension?
It's this many liters.
Yeah. It's
110,000 liters.
Yeah. It's a lot of water.
It's a lot of water.
Ken and I did these kind of calculations with his next character based on clouds, and so I know how much water is in a single cubic meter.
Yeah, that's a
Does that
quite
mean,
long.
with the amount of water, does that mean there was fish caught in that?
Potentially.
Wait, also, why do you want to get rid? That's
That's
like an ultimate weapon you could just pull out. You're in a sticky situation, and boom, you open your pocket dimension, and you just kill them with the water.
You mean a sticky situation I cause a tidal wave inside the city?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
I mean,
Or a cave?
I'm not particularly. I mean, we've already, I don't want to be as bad.
Also,
as
if you can control the size, you can control the pressure that's coming out. So technically, you can make it like a beam of high pressurized water.
You could be a hydrokinetic for a wee bit.
Yeah.
Look to Animite, see what it says. Does it seem like this is a good idea to listen to them?
It doesn't say anything.
That means I'm correct.
I mean, that's usually the way it seems. It seems to be possible about it. But the thing is, though, I can't put anything in it then.
Sure you can, it's only water!
No, but based on the
Wait, hang on a minute, I think we've got a full circle here.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. We have it one way. We can't have it both. Either it never moves and you have to pour it out slowly, or it's just fucking full on pressure washer. But it can't be both.
I think the plan is remove probably gradually, bits at a time.
I think the best thing for you to do, it's up to you. You either get rid of all of it or you just keep it and just assume that you don't have a pocket dimension for the time.
If you keep some of it, you have an indoor swimming pool at any point.
To be fair, the plot I had in mind was, what do you call the place that's just full of sand and really hot?
Oh, Emjanal.
A desert?
We'll go to Emjanal Lily and then just cause a crap ton of clouds for the next couple of weeks.
You do know how much that will fuck the ecosystem, right?
You know what? You don't want to cause humans issue, but you're fine with destroying an ecosystem for a bit.
I mean, in the desert, they could probably do with some water.
Also, it's salt water. I just
It's
want to put
salt water.
Oh god,
It's
the worst.
You'll
kind of-
kill
pure
everything.
salt water. Oh, it's finally. There's an entire ocean of water. Finally, just tastes it, immediately dies.
Hey, okay,
You want to
do
give them false hope.
Okay, do what we do. Do what we do. I know what to do now.
What?
We go back to the village that we just saved. We make sure to close up whatever the creature destroyed to bring the water with it, and we'll put it back in its place.
Better idea. We just keep it in blood.
We just keep
Bears
it
type we don't like.
and weaponize it later.
I think weaponizing is the best idea.
I am not for this weaponization idea.
It's like having a decanter of endless water, like in D&D. You know?
Yeah. So it's
I
salt
mean-
water.
Yeah.
The salt.
I mean, that's a terrible idea.
Also, I want to
very
point out
good.
this is water that came. You know, it's flood water. So also, it's the fact that it's salt water mixed with dirt, mixed with whatever creatures that were in the alleys and the. And
Oh,
the
yeah,
things
very
of
well
the-
like a
of the
few
village.
frogs in there and like dead rabbit.
Well,
probably-
you know, it's like rats, dead. You know, fish, alive fish, chunks
No.
of probably leftover
That's what
bits
it
of
is.
human
Considering-
blood.
There's probably at least
organs.
one or two dead humans in it.
So considering time is still moving in this dimension, the water will eventually settle. All the dirt will go down to the bottom.
That is true.
Also, are the fish fucking in there?
That is a question that I can neither answer nor wish to answer at this current time.
We have to
They
give it
don't
a
have
week.
time.
Give it a week and we'll find out.
Yeah.
They don't have time. They're trying to get away from the sharks.
There'll either be a bunch of dead fish in there, or there'll be more fish in there.
That sounds that's merchandise. We can just be fishermen, and then we'll just, we let the fish breed in there. We take a few
Welcome to
ecosystems.
Schrodinger's pool.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
There's no fish and there's a lot of.
we
fucking
have an aquarium on the move. I see this as a win.
Mm-hmm.
I think always just stand there
who's
like
to say-
saying, "Who's gonna revolve?" But no, we've got an aquarium. So shut up, always. We've got an aquarium
are
now,
alive or dead when we look in there.
and it
An
may only have
aquarium
like
and
one
a
or
swimming
two
pool.
rotting corpses in it.
That's just flavor. That's just flavor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Keeps the
Yeah.
fish happy.
By the way,
Yeah.
I want to point out, like, most of this discussion is probably just like most of this is canonical discussion, and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
you guys are talking about like what to do with the war.
Yeah, in front of the Emperor, we're talking about
Well, not even
weaponizing water.
not even just in front of the Emperor, but in front of Pinky and also this new stranger who's supposed to be Anarche's brother. And he's just hearing this and he's not saying anything.
Oh, he
He
keeps
just
those
knows.
conversations.
Just knows, like, yeah, he's fitting in quite well here.
Yeah.
Can we go back to it?
No.
Can we go back to the village so I can remove this water and replace the ecosystem that the
Sure you can, Aldous.
destroyed.
Feel free. You can pocket dimension, right? You can make that distance.
Yes. How far is it away?
It's on the other side of the
Points in
island,
the
so
opposite direction.
And how far is that?
Points in the opposite direction. No, it's just over there. Trying a few
Anyway-
thousand kilometers.
anywhere between 50 to 120 kilometers away.
I mean, I could do that.
It'll take
I
you
could
a
do
long
that.
time, and you'll gain power
could do that.
fatigue before the end of it.
I could do that. I could do that in an hour.
Alright, well, Aldous, we're gonna go to my island. You have fun dumping this water. Don't cause too much collateral damage.
it's gonna take you a long time to empty all that water.
Yeah.
Flood everyone.
Well, but everyone's like it's probably done very gradually. Like that'll take like 7 hours just to stand there with the wee spatial.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be fine. Alright, guys, let's
Keep an eye out for tree spirits.
Yeah, ooh. Don't get mugged while we're gone.
I have nothing to steal.
I mean,
Your tiara. I mean circlet.
Tiara, it's a tiara.
My third.
The Forge Master said so, it must be true.
Well, no, this
Really?
is a new and improved object. This is a completely different object.
Ah, the new and improved tiara.
So now we
Nice
have to
smaller.
go to the Forge God and see what he calls it this time.
Yeah.
A rubber bat.
Calls a crown a
Oh, yeah,
tiara, a
it's a
circlet a
choker.
crown, and then if you get a tiara, he calls it a circlet.
Yeah.
Ah, the Triforce.
Yeah.
So
Trifecta.
either way, yeah, you head over to the island. I want to point out it's been about like 2-3 hours, so they've been setting up some stuff and they're putting everything in place on this island. Again, all of you but Aldous are here. Whilst Aldous, what, you're going to try and get all the way there?
He just pisses out a stream.
Yeah.
Pretty. I mean, yeah. I can.
Okay, hang on a sec. So, Aldous.
How many d20s do you want me to roll?
Roll to not drown the sun.
You would need to roll. Just looking at this here. So it's 100. So divide by 100. You need to
Divide
roll.
by 110.
Either way, you still need to roll just under 1,200 d20s. And I want to point this out. It wouldn't take you under an hour. It would take you multiple hours to do this. Because you are still technically. I mean, fair enough. You're only walking about 1.2 kilometers.
The game said no.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I will.
Here, let me try.
Actually,
No, it refuses.
It's not even here. It's not even allow you to do it.
okay, I'll do it. Okay.
Oh no.
By the way, Sam.
no!
By the way, Sam. If you get an actual 1, you get power fatigue.
No, well, he's gotten like 4 or 5, so.
Oh well, in that
God,
case, you would. In that case,
A lot of that money.
4 shots.
in that case, you go through it for quite some time. Da, 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 and then you get to a certain point where you try and use it. You try and use it again, and again, and again, and you have now got power exhaustion and power fatigue. You can't use your powers until you've had a long rest.
Maybe Felix should have stayed behind with all
No,
this.
No,
No.
no. It was
he
fine.
made his bed. He's gonna now lie in it.
He made his water bed, now he's going to the fishes.
Yeah, he can accept the aquarium or the water gun, so he has to accept.
Yeah, I have to accept that I now just, as world traveler, just have to travel the world again. Now that I've lost my friends.
Now that
Yep.
you've now
I'll
got
never see them
stuck
again.
in the middle of nowhere. Back onto Jotunjail Island, however, as the rest of you guys are sort of looking, they're setting up stuff. They obviously haven't built anything just yet. However, there is a crude area in the middle of this whole island where there are rocks that have been taken and sort of molded into place into these like shapes to make sort of like a round sort of like disc. It's huge, like almost like a round stadium. As Boulder seems to be the one who's making it using a terrakinetic power. Is sort of forging this stuff. No, Sam, you haven't got 10.5 kilometers. You have
Yeah.
110 kilometers.
No, I got 10.5
Oh,
kilometers.
okay, yeah.
So far I traveled. Does that count as 4 nat 20s or no?
No.
Okay.
What? It counts as 1 because I'm only taking 1 shot for it. I'm not destroying my liver.
Right. Does that count as 1 nat 20 then?
No.
Sad. Make me sad, Joe.
Well, it's because you're doing something that is completely just bonkers crazy, and it's taking away from a lot of the. It's just taking away from a lot of this. But also just to put this into perspective, this isn't really doing anything towards the story. You're just doing this. I don't know why you're doing this.
Get rid of the water, because there might be a chance when I.
You
need to
could have
use
done
my-
this any other place, any other location, any other time. You could have done it any other time, but you choose to do it now, away from everyone else. So we're just going to put you to the
For that guy
side.
to do so.
We're going to
For
put you
that
to
guy
the
just wouldn't
side.
drive me there.
And
That's why.
we're going to put you to the side, and we're going to leave you be for now.
So what's the boulder up to?
The boulder,
Yeah.
the boulder is currently making something that looks to be like the arena that Anarche wanted.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, people notice, and as they notice you, in the say hi and everything like that, but still get back on with their work. They don't really tire or stop because, again, they're trying to get their work done.
Yep.
I wonder if they brought enough food supplies.
Yeah, they did bring a lot of stuff with them, but I guess we could always bring them food.
Wait, Anarche, do you still have all that food from when we were originally going around the island?
Oh, you mean those rations? Yeah, they've just been sitting in like one of the corners.
I don't think we need them anymore. Do you want to give it to them?
Yeah, sure, why not? Do we want to keep some of the water that we have, or do we give that away?
Felix, what do you think? Should we keep some of the water, or do you give it all?
I don't have an opinion on the matter.
Alright.
Give
Well,
them the water.
okay, so, Joe, they have 420 meals,
Okay.
and they have 100 liters of water, so...
Now that
We
is how
only
you
need
get rid-
muffins.
that is how you get rid of stuff out of your pocket dimension with efficiency.
Efficient. Yep.
So, as you're sort of doing some stuff, and so, looking at it, Imalaway just sort of like walks over to Anarche and just says, "Okay, so this has been great and all, but I think
Yep.
we know where this is going."
I'll repeat the dialogue and say I assume so, yes.
I really, really was hoping that we could have gotten a bit more of a catch-up or something before we had to do this.
Well, I mean, we can. It is honestly down to you. I wanted to have food first.
Well, there's just one problem. You see, Ikaje and I, Ikaje Oyoje and I, all agreed that if we were to, in fact, stick to it, then we would have two things that we needed to stick to. The first being that, of course, as your brothers, we would make sure that you came to some level of ascent. And the other was to have fun and potentially try to win this tournament. So, we have one of two options here. You can tell me that you are in fact happy being here, doing what you do, and you have attachment to this place. Or you can try to fight me now.
I assume there's no middle ground to this.
Well, the middle ground is that you tell me, you lie to me, and I attack you anyway.
So no.
No. We just want to make sure that you're alright.
Well, I'd be lying to you if I said I was completely fine. I mean, it's not something I'm going to get over quickly.
We're not expecting that. That's not what we were expecting. We wouldn't expect you to get over something like that. When we found out what actually it was, Ikaje, I've never seen him look so relieved to know that what you did wasn't out of maliciousness or wasn't out of the sake of trying to be justified, but you did it for the sake of technically your own survival. And you did it because what he was doing was wrong. It wasn't because that he was good or he was bad, it was the fact that what he was doing was just wrong. And you stopped him, and he forced your hand.
Well, you can't really say it's wrong without using the bad term at the same time.
To cause harm to other creatures for the sake of one's own enjoyment is considered wrong. And if no one else can agree with that, then the world is even more messed up than you or I could dare to even travel to. All I'm saying is, it's not about whether or not we believe that you're on a faction of good or bad. It's actually more of the fact that we realize that you at least have some level of a moral compass to see that when someone is doing something that isn't necessarily right, you know what needs to be done. And I'm not saying that you need to kill, I'm not saying that you need to cause harm, but that you protect those that need protecting. It's something to at least think on, considering that you seemingly have some kind of an attachment to these people. I was talking to your friend, the pink one, and she told me that you were the one who came up with the plan to get the phaser back to life.
Yeah, well, no one else was going to do it.
Aw, thanks.
Well, none of you had a plan, so I thought I'd come up with one. Besides, there was no real point in congratulating you on coming back for the third time if you were really just under his whims.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of which, I need to teach you a technique to stop you from dying.
I can't guarantee it'll work.
No, but it will be something at least.
Nevertheless, I want you to always remember that what we do is because that we enjoy fighting, and what we do is because that we want. Do you understand that we don't want you to die? We don't need you to thank us, we don't need you to feel sorry for anyone else, but we need you to at least care about your own survival. Even if it means that you never travel to another world again, and you grow attachment to this, at the very least you know that you still have emotions, and that you still have the ability to feel again.
Well, I definitely do. I can tell you that. I do have attachment. I doubt I'll stay in this universe forever. It just doesn't seem like me, to be honest with you, but I imagine I'll be here for quite a while, yeah.
So,
But that doesn't mean I don't plan to fight you. At least, I don't plan to fight you yet, anyway.
it says that I'm going to give you a chance.
Well, the reason why you're going to give me a chance is because we're going to make more of a spectacle out of it.
Oh?
See, I said I'd fight you in my arena, and as you can see, it is not done. If we're going to do this, we need an audience. We need to have some fun. It's no fun otherwise, so you and the others are going to wait until this arena is done. And then you may all fight me whenever you like.
Roll me a persuasion. I'm going to say with advantage.
There we go.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, little brother, you have indeed intrigued me, but I don't think that the others are going to agree to it. But I'll back off for now. I'm not a big fan of spectacles, but I have to be honest, fighting in an arena, we could add a few more rules, make it a little bit more interesting. Maybe a competition, 1v1s, maybe its own little tournament sort of style. I have always enjoyed tournament arcs.
Yes, we should do a tournament. We'll do 1v1 tournaments. We can get more people. We'll invite people across the globe, and then we can just bring them here.
Well, colour me intrigued. I'll see if the others will join. I doubt that that's something that they'll do, but I'm up for it.
Leave me to convince them. I would appreciate you giving them the heads up, but I'll convince them.
Fair enough. In that case, I suppose I have some things to do.
Well, do you want to get dinner first?
No, I should probably head back. I actually was doing something. So, take care.
Oh, yeah, you too. I was just gonna say before you leave, are you already aware of this Fergus guy?
Sorry, who?
Oh, we've been dealing with this, I guess you could call him a necromancer. Fergus the deal maker. He takes dead people and turns them into fighters. He also tries to make shady deals with people, to get them on an ever loop sort of thing. So, I'll give him a general description of Fergus, so he sort of knows what to look out for.
Okay.
And then I'll basically say, yeah. So if you see him, watch out. He himself is not really a threat, but it's more the people he might have with him. So
It's not the level of power, it's more of the way that he uses his powers, then.
yeah.
Very well. I'll let the others know as well. Well, I haven't seen such a person, and I doubt that the others have, but if they have, I will still inform them. To make sure that, obviously, we don't have to deal with them. But hey, maybe we'll end up killing him if he gets a little too snarky.
Well, he has clones. Yeah, but he does have clones, so
I'll keep that in mind. Nothing can stay alive forever, especially one who claims themselves to be immortal. The tales always end up that they find out how true that isn't. Anyway, he then takes out his blade, and just as it begins to glow, he then slices the air itself as it opens up a portal, similar looking to an arcade, and he steps through it, and it closes up behind him. With you guys doing what you're doing in Jotun Jail, I'm going to ask one thing from your party, and then one thing from Aldous. Party, what are you doing now? Are you staying in Jotun Jail, or are you heading back?
I
Guess
think
it's
we're
not-
getting dinner.
yeah. I guess we're going to the Emperor to get him to blast dinner.
Fair
We
enough.
should probably get Aldous first.
I mean, you don't know where he is.
Yeah, the only issue of that, we have no
Does
idea.
Aldous have a phone?
He does not.
Yes?
And
Oh, wow, I thought he did.
does Aldous have a band?
No.
Oh! He's a pacifist. Why would he have a band?
Yeah.
So why did we leave Aldous by himself?
Because
He chose his path.
He chose his path.
Yeah, there's no logical reason. Don't think too hard about it.
Roll me an endurance check, Aldous.
Endurance. Oh, I'm
Dude.
great at that.
As long as you don't get a natural one, you should be fine.
Don't
Just
jinx him,
don't-
too!
I succumb to the elements.
Okay, that's not great, but that's yeah.
I'm a 40-year-old man. I'm not used to hiking so much.
I mean, you're definitely out of the city. You're now on the outskirts, and you sort of begin going up this path, and you just sort of collapse. Your body is weakened by the day's labour. You try to open another link portal, and it just still doesn't work, and you just sort of fall unconscious in the middle of this road. The rest of the party, you head up. You tell Novus Writer that you would like a big feast, and he sort of says, "Okay, well, let's go out for dinner then." They go off to this. You go off to this place in the middle of the city. You begin sort of like getting there, ordering stuff. And it's just, you're all eating, sort of laughing, and suddenly Pinky just goes, "Wait, where's Aldous?" And that is where we shall end this session.
Wow, Pinky, he's dead in the ditch.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this session. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as Sam hated it.
I can't wait to find Aldous next session washed up on shore. He's lost his memories.
No, thank you very much for listening, everyone. I hope that you take care and stay safe. This has been the Animite Tales Tabletop RPG. Dev plays the Crucible of Avarice. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.
Cheerio!
Bye.
Ah.
Bye-bye.